There we go. Hi, stream.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another exciting adventure of A Clearer's Guide to Adventuring, a lovely little 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons game hosted by Shepard Majorshepard.
What?
Wait, he hosts it? What?
Oh,
Yeah.
right. I thought you meant I'm Jim.
Oh no, the gym power is a
I've been
transfer.
GMing, but I'm going to throw a hell of a curveball here and just randomly throw it. Oh, imagine that. Imagine like a D&D game, but like you swapped the GM sessions like every session.
I think I've seen one
there
like that.
There are
Yeah.
games like that. There's like a round table or whatever. Everybody.
Only I do that one day, man.
Every session is ran by a different person. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, thank you all for joining us. It is unfortunate that Romain is having some internet problems, so he might join us a little bit later on. He's just trying to get that sorted. But hopefully it's no too big of an issue. With me today, however, is Majorshepard, the wonderful, the majestic, and Mr. Zach, the strong and hearty.
Chuckles. It's me.
I keep forgetting everyone has like fucking internet names. It's all weird as hell.
Oh yeah. Well, no, you. Well, you call Shep, but then you call me by my real name, so I'm like, okay.
Because like Shep is Shep no matter what Shep
That's true.
appears in. Like because
That's
I'm really like I can't remember the last time I've called you like I've wrote it, but like calling you Chuckles, I can't remember the last time I've actually said it.
I've also never called Shep his real name on this stream, and I will not until well, he says so.
No, because if you say it, he appears behind you and
No,
says,
yeah,
"Oh."
yeah.
It's like, why am I Shinderu? You said my name. And
I'm
I
just
go,
gonna call you. I'm just gonna call you Texas.
what? I'm not.
Please don't tell me.
Moving on.
Never
Yeah.
mind.
Moving on.
Yeah,
So
never mind.
back to shit that's actually relevant. I'm joking.
Yeah.
But last session, I'll let Shep take on here actually, as that's a speciality.
Okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another story time of Clearer's Guide to Adventuring. When we last left off, we had some things happen, and then we came here.
Wow, really abridged that for me, man. Thanks.
Yeah, no. But really, what happened was that...
What's going to be next session? It's like, welcome. Shit happened. Moving on.
Yeah. But yes, basically what happened last time, we took our prototype airship for a test run, as we had to go to a town or village called Fadel, which isn't on any map other than this one. But first we got we attracted some attention of some little tiny wispy spirit element air elements, and they were like, hey bro, but they couldn't talk, they were like, but we spoke to their minds and they said, hey, we got like a dragon tooth.
We have spoopy
Sorry.
Indian powers. Yeah.
We have a Drago you can come talk to. He's in the mountains. He's kind of grumpy and he's old. And he's like, okay, we'll go speak to him because he's lonely. And then we went to the mountains and we parked our boat, a ship thing. We went to go speak to him and he was like, hey, yeah, I'm green, because it was our orc friend. Where are my notes? So look, there we go.
Green.
Yes.
Green guy. I'm
We,
green. Abadai.
Just appeared out of a bush. I'm green.
we get into the mountains. As we get up there, we meet with a guy called Silug, who we've met before, who has a gun, and he's green because he's an orc.
He
Yeah.
technically has more than one gun.
He has multiple guns, but they're green. They're not green. He's green.
The guns are not green.
And he was like, hey, yeah, what are you doing here? We're like, oh, yeah, we came here to meet with the dragon. He was like, oh, okay, he's my friend. Go say hi for me. And he's like, he's old. And like, we know. And then we left because he had to go meet with some other people. And we said, oh, yeah, we'll see you later because we need help. And he was like, okay. And then he just left. We went into the cave and there was lots of stuff everywhere, like coins and statues and whatever. But further in, we found some of the coins had like a strange signal on it, insignia. Like a picture, and they were like an old-fashioned version of a coin. They were rough, and they had a picture of a castle called Bastion on one side. And we're like, I don't know what that means, but we did outside.
What?
because it's from a previous campaign. But yes,
No, I know that was.
I know, but I'm explaining it to the people that are using their eyes to. Yeah. Anyway, we get into a cave, and we find that there's a center bit of the room that has a display that has a whip, a lance, a sword, and a gun that are all slightly damaged in some way and repaired haphazardly. We do find a dragon nearby who's like humongous he's humongous.
Wow.
He's a humongous. He's bigger than big, okay? And he's sleeping under the gold stuff. So we take him out, and he's like, "Oh hi, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Hey," it's like, "Hey, what? We came to see you because you're a big dragon." He was like, "Cool." And he was like, "I remember the time when I had a friend, and then he died and became God." I was like, "Oh yeah, it's okay." And it's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna come with you now because I'm gonna come with you now." And he's like, "Okay."
Cold,
Yeah.
he said.
He said that they had a return call, but they couldn't get back to him, so he had to come with us. Yeah, something about riders. He talks about Iomade and old gods that no longer exist, and then something about cloud walkers, which apparently rode dragons. And
Do you mind?
Well, no.
Hi, by the way. Where was I? Dragons.
You had just said
God.
Tushin.
Yeah. Old gods, Iomade. They disappeared at some point, and then got replaced with other gods, or the gods that were still there stayed, but we don't know much other than that. But then the old riders either died or became gods, and they came to clear out Balahadar, that underground city of an ancient evil of insectoid races, but he wouldn't say anything beyond that, which is probably a good idea. He says that it will come to aid us as we need something. What? Oh yeah, the 3 other dragons that he knows, a silver, black, and a green one. Not all together. There's a silver, a black, and a green one. Not a silver, black, green one. That'd be weird. But his name is Tishan, the dragon, the red one, and he said we're going to go to the sword ruins because. No, we didn't. We had. Well, yeah, there we go. We had
Silver, black, and a blue, not a green.
Where did I get green from?
Yeah.
Okay, I must have assumed poison is green, but they're not. They're blue. They're black.
Yeah, black.
Yeah. So I put brown. Blue.
Black is acid. Black is acid.
Yes, I put brown. For God's sake, blue! I don't know what's wrong with me.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I just keep saying the wrong thing. He gives us a name of Tishan. No, his name is Tishan, and we set out. We like, okay, you can come with us. He comes with us, and we take the boat, the flying boat, to the ruins called the Wolf Sword Ruins. To drop off our friend called Barbus, who is an alchemist, fucking the thing that makes things.
This is just Emmy talking right now.
And we take it to the thing to meet a skeleton guy called Schmingles. I'm sorry, I'm getting more flustered as I keep going. Shingles. We go there. And on the way, as we were talking to Tishan, he's like, he calls Emmy, my person who's a cat person, Louchnia, something that tends to stay in the Fairwells and decides the material plane for some reason. We then talk to him about his life and his master, as well as the Cloud Walkers a little bit. We don't get much other than they existed like ages ago, and they're all dead because time. And then apparently we got shot up by a wooden tower because we don't know what they were. And then
I
Bard,
threw a grenade at it.
yeah, Bard wanted a explosive rune. I was like, sure, and he was like, take this, bitch, and then he blew them up, and then they fired fire arrows at us in retaliation. We're like, oh well, okay, and we just ran or flew. We then land for the night and say that we're gonna head to the ruins the next day so we can drop off Barbarous, yeah. And then we got knocked on. Oh, well, the ship got knocked on to get Bard. Someone knocked on the ship to get Bard because they had a message, and that was where we left off. Okay, we're done.
Well done.
Thank you.
So, what was all this about?
That was just the backstory about
I think Emmy and Bar just traded intelligences or something.
I'm just gonna drink some water. I need it.
I mean, no, this wasn't Emmy. This was Shep Intelligence.
Wow,
Hey.
rude.
Savage.
Thanks.
Fuck. But no, I think with that, it's a good time to get back into the game, folks.
Yeah.
Oh man, I almost lost a nerve there. I was close.
What?
I mean, my internet was out at like 6 in the morning. I was very mad.
Oh,
You said you almost busted a nut. I was like, what?
A nerve.
Can I start?
Yes, Zach. Yes, of course you would think about busting nuts.
I mean, I kind of like ice cream.
Hey, let's just begin, alright? Yes!
Oh right, yeah, this is on stream.
Bloody well, Miss Andrea, if we talk about busting of any kind,
Yes.
you guys were currently here as night had fallen, and you guys decided to take a little bit of a break.
Over hard. There you go. You can drag me so you can put where the boat is, and everyone else.
Yeah, it's pretty much there. Why? I don't know why Ethan has just died and is not here anymore.
None of us were on the map.
Yeah.
I call a meeting. I don't know. Never mind.
But no, as you guys are, the last thing you remember was everyone had kind of started to get to sleep, have a wee kip, and then roughly in the middle of the night, I think it was, there was a knock, what seemed on like the hull of the boat, and someone had asked for Bard Kell.
Yes. And we went to investigate it.
Would I have heard this?
I can't remember what the perception checks were, but like,
I could.
for sake of brevity, I'm going to say yes. And don't ignore that. That's me putting in the name, so I don't fucking forget it.
That was the cat people.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lochnia.
I don't believe we did perception rolls. I know I did a roll for perception earlier, but that was for when we were on the boat.
They start roll me a quick perception check then, just so I can see like as a rough estimate.
14.
Bork. Wait, not my cat person. Meow.
Meow.
That's an 11.
Do you want me to roll for you then, Roman? Until you can.
Sure. Paul, I'm just logging into Roll20 now.
Do it while he's gone, so you can have the good luck of a GM.
That's not a thing. I give you a natural 20.
There you go! You got a natural 20! I told you. I told you.
I could have rolled now, but okay, thanks.
That fucking
you're
sorcery.
so-
I was like, oh
so
yeah,
bad.
Jim luck.
I like
Jim
how
luck
you're
doesn't
getting-
happen.
You're getting pissy because I gave you a natural. Fine, you roll now. Look, see what you get.
Watch it be a natural one. Watch it happen.
No,
I'm not getting pissy,
Do
bro.
it.
I'm
Do it.
joking. I'm joking.
Do it for man.
That
Yeah.
that was the weirdest shit.
What? It's just like, yeah, I give you an extra 20. And it happens.
Like everyone's quiet for a second. You're like, "Aaron, Jesus, you there?"
So we got a 14, 11, and a 21.
So no,
Well,
just as soon as you even hear the person, like I would say, like before she's even knocked on the door, Ethan, you've heard her. You've heard someone like approaching the up the grass, and is currently making their way towards the boat.
All right then.
is Ethan doing anything? Like, I don't understand.
Well, no, I was going to say you guys have heard this after. It was just I was wanting to see if he was
Okay.
wanting to do anything like before that happened.
So is there like a door to the boat? Like, I don't know how do we board this thing?
The way it works is there's like a little, like a ladder made out of wooden notches carved into the side of the boat where you can climb
Oh,
up.
so it's like a gangplank.
Yeah, and after that, there is like you are all sleeping below deck, as it does have like an inner quarters, but that's kind of like under a trap door. So you guys are currently in like the hammocks that are swayed into one of the rooms, locked away a bit. The person wasn't being stealthy, so you have like heard their presence. I was just wanting to see if Romain wanted to do it, or Ethan wanted to do anything beforehand.
Well, no, I would have just said that like I can just hear someone coming.
Would he recognize the voice or anything weird like that with a natural 20?
But she wasn't speaking, was she? Well, who was the person?
All you heard was a female voice. You haven't seen her yet. This is purely like hearing based. So as far as you've heard, it was definitely a woman. You can tell that much.
Yeah.
A whammon.
Asking for Bard Kell.
Okay. I guess I'll get up.
I shall put my stuff on just in case bad stuff happens.
I think you're taking the time to like get your gear on, grab your weapons.
Luckily, because it's light armor, it takes like a couple minutes. So
I just keep my sword belt with me. I'm not gonna wait a few minutes to enter this person. So is there a way to like peek through like a slit or something, or is there like a window or a porthole?
You would like where you are right now. You're in like the underhull of the ship.
Right.
Like you're in the quarters. As you open the door, there's like a good 15 feet of a walk before you start to see like wooden steps that lead up to the trap door, which leads to the actual like the main part of the ship.
Okay, that's far away. All right. I'll go up there.
It's not a massive ship, but considering like its seaworthiness, it's quite big for a prototype. Like there's definite confidence in this design.
You mean airworthiness?
Shut your hole. I mean, it's both technically. It is technically amphibious to a degree.
Amphibious.
So yeah, I'll go up and see what the hell's going on.
Do you mean peeking or like actually just like opening the door?
I'll try to take a quick peek.
Roll me a stealth check.
Oh, a stealth check.
Yeah, I just want to see like how subtly this is.
Why am
25.
I at disadvantage? Why am I at disadvantage? Okay, that was weird. 25.
The first roll anyway. No.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll actually roll for her.
Because I'm not on my armor, so I'm pretty quiet, I guess.
Yeah, you are doing pretty well. Roll for her. I doubt she'll see you though. Not that roll. So you can hear. It's quite dark, especially from like it being pitch black. There is like a small little glass lantern, but I mean, you know how dim that light. You can barely see silhouettes at this point. You do see. It appears to be a woman. Can't really make up too much of the shape. You can tell she has her arms crossed, and
it's kind of like a hood.
No, you can see her face. You can see like she has her back to you, so all you can really see is like her hair. You can see like the back of her head.
Can I see Can I see long ears or just like nothing because it's under her hair or something?
Roll me a perception check.
Okay, I want to tell if they're like an elf or something. I don't know. Oh shit!
25's a day, man. Wow.
You can smell her.
2 natural 19s in a row. So the first thing you get is the strange thing is you don't have to like take in the scent as hard as it is. Almost seems to be like drifting over to you normally. As even though it's a calm night and you can see like even the windsock on the ship is here, you do feel like a breeze kind of blowing past you. And as far as how dark it is, you can't really make out too much. You notice her ears are pointed.
Okay.
They're not the level of. They're definitely. It's not half elven because like those stick out quite a bit. Imagine like human ears, but like with pointed tips.
Huh. Okay.
And she is probably like a good like 5.5 feet tall, a bit smaller than that.
Okay.
That's why wearing seems to be like kind of some loose robes. Definitely exotic from what you can tell. They're very baggy and definitely made for like dexterity.
just because I'm a little paranoid, I will take the sword out of the sheath and like hold the sheath in one hand and the sword in the other, and then
Okay.
actually no, I'll keep the sheath on my belt, the sheep, and I'll go to the door or the gangplank or whatever.
Alright, so just grab it.
Has everybody else kind of gotten up to this point yet, or like they all just still back down underneath?
I would say at this point, I don't think Ethan's done anything yet, but I know Emmy at this point would still be putting on her armor.
I mean, Ethan doesn't have to really put on much of anything. He kind of just walks around in robes and whatnot.
Because like this has only been like a good 20 seconds since I've heard it. She would still be putting on armor at this point.
Okay. I will lower the gangplank.
Right, so this is the first thing. As soon as you like open the trap door, like she's on the boat, like where she is right now. You know, like the railing of the side of the ship.
Right.
She's currently like standing on top of that.
Huh.
So like she's like vaulted up and has like climbed up the side of the boat, the height of the hull of the boat, and it's now on like one of the rails.
Security breach.
And as soon as you do it, like she kind of turns up for a second, before kind of seems to calm down and just puts her hands up.
Because I stealthed 25 up to her. That was pretty crazy.
She was not expecting you. She's kind of like it does immediately like kind of you can see, judging by her face, she hadn't realised how like of a red flag this looked. So she does have a staff on her.
Okay.
But you see, she like, immediately just puts her hands away from it and it's still on her back, and just seems to be like kind of bless you, staring at you for a couple of seconds before. You are Mr. Kell, I presume?
That I am. Who are you?
A moment to introduce myself, if I may.
Of course.
You can see she...
Forgive the sword, but you must understand my precautions.
I can only understand. It's fine. And you notice, like, the same thing, she jumps down, but it takes her probably like a good... just under a second to hit the ground. Like, it's less of a jump down and more of like a floats down.
She float. Okay.
That's right. You see, she kind of... It's kind of still kind of hard to make her out, just whether you know how dark it is. But as soon as she like starts to walk close to you, you can feel your like any loose garments of clothing on you start to like be blown about a little bit, and your hair is kind of blown a little bit as there seems to be this constant breeze that is following this person around.
You're not from this plane, are you?
Usually people want to ask my name before they ask where I'm from.
Well, I already did ask your name.
I know, but I thought I was coming here to tell you something, not play a game of 20 questions. Not that I don't mind talking about myself.
Well, a stranger comes to a ship that they have no reason to know why it's here in the middle of the night and don't provide their name to me, so I think that's a little suspicious.
I will consider. And you see she like puts her hand out. Kind of a little too friendly, given the circumstances.
I'm
but
not going to take her hand, I'll just kind of wave it away.
Well, it's like 3 seconds where she holds it before she like shakes the air. I am Taifa. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Did you say Gueva or Quafa?
Taifa.
Kaifa, like
No.
Kaifa?
Kipte.
Okay,
Like
you're going to spell it out.
Typha.
Taifa. Okay, Taifa, sorry. You already know my name, so Miss Taifa, why are you here? You said you were here to deliver a message.
I am. It would have been delivered a lot earlier, but I did not expect you to have a flying machine. That definitely caught me off guard and made it a lot harder to track you. May we go into the bow of the ship? I just don't really trust being out in the open like this.
Sure.
Lead the way, Commodore.
Is there like a galley or like a little dining area or like a sitting area inside the
There is. There is
Okay,
a little communal feasting meeting area where you guys can...
I'll take her there.
Right, what, at this point, I guess, like, as you guys are, like, getting ready to come up, you start to hear, like, Bard talking to someone before heading back down.
That's correct, Ethan. That's how it's spelled.
Yeah, that is Taifa.
Okay. So we hear him taking someone on board.
I think it's been a minute. I think Emmy would be dressed by now.
No, but that's obviously by this point you've like exited the room with your leather armor on, and like as you're making your way towards the trap door, that's when you can hear Bard like being like, "All right, let's head down."
Okay. I mean, you still open it and check it. It's like, Bard, is everything all right?
It's unexpected, but everything's fine.
Okay.
Someone here has a message for me, I suppose.
I apologize for the intrusion, madame. It's quite urgent.
Okay.
Also, hello. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Taifa.
Taifa. Okay.
Yes.
My name's Emmy. Well, if you know Bard, you might know me.
I know your group's reputation.
Didn't think we were famous, but okay.
Come, let's sit down.
Let's see if he motions for you to follow. Well, for her to lead the way.
I do motion for one of the chairs. I'll sit on the opposite side of the table, and once she is seated, I will put my sword away.
Let me just...
I follow in and I'm covering the door. Like, well, I'm sitting near,
Oh, yeah.
I'm like leaning against the wall near the door, watching, making sure nothing happens.
And as you walk into the much more greater lit area, I will now show you what Taifa looks like.
Do you say what time it was at the moment?
Oh,
Like
probably
midnight
about a
or-
good 1 in the morning now.
Okay.
Oh,
So it is dark.
so she's blue.
As she walks into the light, you can see she is sky blue, probably a little turquoise skin. And as before, you could notice her clothes seem to be fluttering in a wind that isn't there, or there is just this breeze that seems to follow her around.
Can I roll a check to figure out if I know what she is, like a history or a religion, or I don't know what would matter, because planes and shit are kind of weird. I know probably what she is, but Bart knows.
Religion or history, whatever's higher.
Okay.
Can I do a nature check to say why is she blue? Is
I
it an
have
environment
no
thing?
idea.
Yeah, roll a
blue
nature
woman to
check.
me. She's a blue woman to me. I don't know.
She is a blue, knife-eared person.
She's blue, dabba dee boo da. That's all I know.
Yeah,
Dabba
know
dee
is-
dabba die.
All you seem to know is she is blue, has pointed ears, and she seems to be emanating wind.
Come on, Ethan, you nerd. Roll something.
yeah, I'm gonna be coming in a bit after Emmy. Just tired because I usually really don't like getting woken up. At 1 a.m.
It's not you're not a morning person, not an afternoon person either, but definitely not a morning person.
He's not a person. So,
That's rude.
but
He's
true.
more of a drow person.
Yeah, they're not people.
Whoa!
Whoa. Okay.
Let's move on. Not what was it you were wanting to roll? So as you came into the room to hear all the commotion, you see the same kind of loose robe, bandage wearing knife-eared woman,
And I hear a dog.
and the dog. The dog must dog, unfortunately.
It's just the wind. Bro. Just the wind.
Religion, Arcana, or
It's like you just walk in and you just stare at this woman. It's like,
Religion, Arcana, or nature, whatever's highest.
Arcana, because it's my thing.
Never mind.
It's nothing immediately calls your senses. There's nothing else what the other guys know, just aside from the obvious.
Okay, because I rolled like that, it's like Emmy would look kind of worried. It's like, do you need anything to warm you up? Maybe a nice hot drink or something? A blanket?
I would be happy if a drink, but I really don't to warm up. It is more racial than that.
Sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
Oh no, it is nothing to say. I'm what you call a genasi
Genasi.
of the air variety.
Do I know what that is, Kiron?
Was I right about the planes thing? I suppose then.
With that role, you know, like, somewhat what a genasi is. You just know, all that you know is that they are children of a union between, like, some kind of humanoid and, like, one of the, like, some kind of elemental.
Huh. I don't know what that is, but welcome aboard.
Your welcome is very welcome.
They're people touched by the elemental plane of air.
That's one way of putting it.
Hmm.
That's cool.
You would think so, huh?
So, well, I hate to be the brusque one, but why are you here and what message do you have to give to me?
Well, I owe a favor to someone, and through our investigating of a certain individual, it appears you have been brought up in rather unenviable circumstances.
Rather, what circumstances? I missed that.
Unenviable.
Unenviable.
You see, we are the party of to whom I am aligned is currently investigating the. Do you know of the man Busil?
Yes, I know, Mr. Our Governor Busil, yes.
The governor has several interests that we are currently investigating as well. And
So you're under his employ?
no, it's the opposite.
Oh, you are aligned with somebody who's opposed to him?
In a manner of speaking.
Okay, continue.
But as we were possibly doing a little checking over of his home, we found out that he has put forward a writ of assassination.
I assume it's on me.
Well, on your entire party.
Really?
What? What did we do?
This I am not sure. They only found the receipt.
I
It
think
merely
he.
tells us he's going to be killed.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that he wants me, and I guess by association, he believes that you are my accomplices or something of the like.
Well, I don't even
So-
know who this guy is, so...
We met him at the council meeting. He was the halfling, the governor, the one who did not like me and left immediately.
Oh,
after.
I never spoke
Exchange.
2 words to him, so I'd never...
No,
knew.
I understand, but he, regardless, has some negative feelings towards me.
It's a bit extreme, though, isn't it? I mean, you barely met him.
Bard is just silent, like his jaw sets, and he just kind of stares forward, looking at Typha.
I'm not entirely sure what you did to anger him so much, but I have a dear friend of mine who would not wish to see any harm come to you.
Does this friend have a name, or do they prefer to remain anonymous?
They have a name, which I will not disclose at this time, per their specific instructions.
Why do they care whether or not I live or die?
What an interesting question. I would love to tell it, but I think I would have to ask his permission first.
So this message was merely to tell me that I and my friends here are under threat of assassination by a governor. And
Merely to tell you to watch your backs. And also, the reason I would not want to tell you about this person is they want to properly introduce themselves by themselves.
Is there going to be some sort of meeting or arrangements for such then, in that case?
Well, I came to possibly find that out for you.
Oh, excellent.
I was wanting to know if you are free, or when you would be free.
We are not, but future plans would not be amiss, I think. We have some business to take care of first. Is there a way we can contact you or your associates?
Oh, yes, you have methods of communication, of course. I would just ask you to be a little careful, considering that the governor is quite an impatient fellow. Dog shot. I think it's because like someone walked by the. Every time he walks by, he just goes ape shit. That's why he'll eventually get bored and then go to sleep. No. But other than that, you can see she's talking mostly about. Like, she does have ways to like get in touch with you guys, and she does kind of hand you a small little stone. And you know what she gives it? There's like a root right in the face of it, and she gives it a little press, and you see a white little symbol appear on it.
Oh, interesting.
This is a stone of communication. I have the other one.
So I can speak to you through this, and you will hear it through that stone?
As long as you're on the same plane.
Is it auditory, or is it in your mind?
From what I have heard, it is auditory.
Okay. So someone will be able to hear on the other end if they were listening in.
Well, it is two-way.
What I mean is someone can eavesdrop on you.
Oh no.
Really?
It would be incredibly difficult.
Okay, I see. Well, I guess unless my friends here have anything to ask of you.
Difficult, you say.
It intensifies.
Well, I assume that the person that you're here for is an ally, right? He's not going to try and kill us as well at some point because we don't meet with him or something.
I don't think she would have. I don't think she would have announced and/or introduced herself if she was here to kill us.
No, I mean after the fact, if we end up don't meeting him, he's like, "Oh, you've insulted my honor."
Oh, it's...
Okay, well, in that case, what is your employer like?
What is she like?
Are they business-minded? Are they more of a jovial sort? Are they,
They like long walks on the beach. They like lots of things. But as
do
far
not
as
patronize me.
I'm not trying to be threatening, I'm just finding the question to be a little humorous.
As my friend said, I wish to know whether or not being indisposed with something else will be a problem, or if they're patient enough to wait for it.
We're not going to pretend that we know you're busy. It's not like it's an immediate thing.
That's good to know then. Is there anything else in particular? Any of you want to ask Miss Taifa here, or vice versa?
Not really, no.
No, I don't think so. I can think of everything else.
Well, in that case, Taifa, is there anything else?
That was the gist of it. I really wanted to make sure that you watched your backs. I know how impatient the governor can be, and assassins may be, well, depending on how well they track you, considering you have a flying machine, it's a little more difficult.
Good to know. Thank you very much for this message. I wish your employer and his associates, or her associates, I do not know which, the best. And Bart stands up and actually extends his hand this time.
Yeah, so like she does, like, kind of just stand up and take it, and then like offers a hand to the two of you.
I don't think he's much of a handshaker.
It is always polite to try.
I give her a shake too. I mean, a handshake. I don't shake her.
Just grab on.
Yeah. It's like, it was nice meeting you.
We will meet again in the future when you guys meet up again. I look forward to it.
Me too. You look like you know how to go have a good time, so.
And you can see she holds it like a water skin she tied to her belt and kind of like holds it up in a Cheers fashion before taking a swig of it. Is that I do? But with that, I will bid you adieu.
All right, I'll let you out.
I'll escort her to the trapdoor.
All right.
You can see her like she actually extends her hand and the trapdoor pushes up by itself as like a gust of wind hits it. That's where you see her like climbing up and starting to head. Oh, before I forgot actually, there was one thing he told me to tell you, but I thought it was kind of corny, so I wasn't going to say it.
What was that?
Listen, like she's about to say something, but then like clearly forgets it and like rummages into like a little pouch and pulls out a piece of parchment.
Right.
Happy Father's Day.
Bard just kind of blinks for a moment.
She's like looking at you like she has no idea what it means, but like kind of hopes that you can make sense of it.
Tell him I look forward to seeing him. And
See,
he's gonna
I
nod.
prefer your messages. They're a lot less cryptic and stupid.
I'm sure he has his reasons.
He does. He is a duck. As you see, Charlotte is like now climbing up onto the side of the boat.
Farewell, Miss Typha. Safe journey.
I feel like the first thing she does, she just kind of like, I will see you later. And then you just see her like jump off the side of the boat.
She like fly away.
Well, like she, it's
Glide.
looking like she starts walking,
Okay.
but then like she's walking at a very slow descent, as if like she's like
Walking on air.
levitating, but like
Okay.
walking on it. Yeah.
I just kind of watch her leave for a minute.
And she gets probably like a good like 50 feet away from the boat before you see her like start to glow and then just
Disappear.
In a puff of
She's gone.
smoke.
I go back down and close the trapdoor.
Oh, I'll be down in a minute. 'Cause I came up with you.
Oh, okay, I see. Well, that was certainly something. So what do we plan to do about this assassin thing?
I mean, what can we do about it?
Well, we need to be definitely more alert. The fact is, someone almost snuck up on us in the middle of the night. And the fact is, how, I wonder, did they know where we were?
Well, if she's an air
There was
elemental,
some-
maybe
I
she
mean,
found something through there.
Divination spells are certainly something we can't nullify at this moment.
I mean, maybe she spoke to the air elementals we met near the mountain.
That's also possible. But regardless, I think we need to be on our guard, as governors tend to have a little bit more influence than I'm comfortable with.
Yeah, well,
I knew something like this was going to happen eventually, but
well, hopefully this all just turns out to be fine in the end.
I don't think it will, but one can hope.
Alright, you two go back to bed. I'll be down in a moment. I'll just need to breathe. A breath, not breathe.
So it was a note, like a piece of paper that Bard was given, right?
She didn't give you it. She was
Oh,
like,
she
kind
just
of,
showed it to you.
yeah, it was like her own note. To, like remember it herself.
Bard kind of just sits down in the dining area and thinks for a moment.
I just
Gets
watch
back
Ethan
up.
just like go back to bed.
He takes out a pot. He takes out a pot and starts to, or a coffee pot, and starts to brew some coffee because I don't think he's gonna sleep after that.
Just takes a coffee pot out of his pocket.
No, there's actually. I think he had some in his bag, and also
You guys have packs.
It's a kitchen. I assume there's a coffee pot in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm just being funny. Calm down.
Amazing, just like what a magical flagship when there's no coffee. Okay.
Bard carries the coffee pot over to the bedroom and beats Ethan in the head with it over and over again. No, I'm kidding.
I'm helping
Nah.
you sleep.
Go to sleep. No, he's.
But what is it? What is Emma doing? Because I heard you were like going up for a breathe.
Yeah. Fighter was keeping watch, right? Because I said, I remember
you
he
are,
was
yeah.
going to. Can I see if I
where
can
is
go?
Fighter?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do. I was gonna see if I can find Fighter.
I did actually roll before. So as you're watching, like as you look for him, you can see he is currently like leaned up against a post, like against the mast.
Like asleep or just? I walk over to him and I'm like, I pat his shoulder hard enough for him to wake him.
Is there like, somebody go to like grab his dagger and he's like, "Oh, hey."
Hey there, Fighter, having a nice nap?
And I was until I was jolted.
Oh. I just thought, someone came to the ship.
What? Where? And he's like, he's now like starting to pull out his dagger. He doesn't have his balance, but it's like still trying to pull out his dagger.
He's like, oh, it's fine, she's gone now. Luckily she was a friend, but you want to swap because it looks like you're having trouble staying up.
Oh, I've still got a couple hours left on my watch. It'll be fine.
Are you sure? Because it sounds like you're falling asleep again.
Oh.
Oh my god, Fighter pulled a Kieran.
I seems like it's just falling down this side and it's now snoring again.
Is there a barrel nearby?
There are.
Is it full
Like
of cold
store
water?
about-
Yeah, I was going to say, was it filled with?
There is a basin. There is like, not for washing or anything, but like general for like drinking water. There is.
Okay. I guess I'll take like if there's a bucket or like a cup, I'll take some and then I'll splash Fighter with it.
Yeah, like there is like the main basin of like water that's there, or like store any rainwater that falls and stuff. But there is like a little pail beside it, so you can like dip it in and just throw it on top of them.
Just enough to get him to wake him up. I'm not going to try and drown him or ruin his outfit and everything. Just,
Do not waterboard our room.
yeah, just enough to wake him up.
Just like splashes right in his face. Just,
Yeah.
I got you.
Fighter, you're falling asleep again.
Duh.
Look, if you really need to go to sleep, you can go to sleep. I'll keep watch. All right?
Wait, didn't Emmy take first watch?
No, that was Fighter.
Fighter did take first watch.
Okay. Must have been another situation I was thinking about.
Right, you go to bed. All right? I'll take your post. All right?
Alright. Yeah. Good luck. As he like slowly kind of shuffles. It's clearly like already fallen asleep by the time he's heading back.
Yeah. And it's like as he's going, he's like, Fighter, thanks for sticking around.
Come on, I couldn't leave you guys. Not really.
Well, you do have a habit of disappearing without telling us, so
I really gotta stop that, huh?
I trust you. It's just you get me worrying when you disappear like that.
At this point, Bard comes walking up the stairs with a pot of coffee. Anybody for a coffee?
Oh, I'm heading to bed. As he kind of like gives Ember a nod, gives Bard a nod and goes, "I'll see you in the morning."
Sleep well.
I'll take some. I'm about to take watch.
I mean, I'm like, Bard does not go to sleep. He'll pour you a cup, and then himself a cup, and then take the coffee back down, come back and stand on the deck with Emmy.
You can go back to bed. I can keep watch.
Not after what I just heard.
Oh? I mean, he kind of, everything she said was kind of...
I think I need to talk to you about what happened.
What happened?
He sits down and, whatever spot that he can find on the deck, like a trunk or like a crate or something, and just kind of sits himself down there. I'm not comfortable enough to tell you everything, but what happened, or at least what I believe what happened, was during my time when I was not in control of my curse, I think that I may have possibly killed Governor Bullshield's family. That is why he wants me dead.
Right.
I recognized him.
Oh. Like Emmy takes a moment and just like is taking a sip of her coffee and then like leans against the what would you call it? The banister, the things at the edges of the shit that stop you from falling off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Mm.
rests against that for a second. It's like, huh? Are you sure about that?
He's like in silence, looks down at the deck, and you see him start to shudder and like squeeze the cup pretty hard. I remembered everything, every moment, Emmy, of my time with the curse. I remember every second of it. I remember the screaming. I broke into that house in the darkness, in the night, and tore them apart. Every scream, every cry. I remember the taste. I remember the feeling of tearing women and children apart, Emmy. I remember what they tasted like. I remember the taste of their blood in my mouth. And that has stayed with me for the entirety of my life. I was a child, Emmy. And that is what this curse did to me. I could do nothing but watch. Fuck you, Ethan. And by this point, he's just kind of like he's crying. He's full on like just tears running down his face as he's sitting there on the crate.
Have you tried like not being a werewolf?
Like Bard like smashes down the trapdoor, runs downstairs, grabs Ethan, and like throws him off of the ship.
Giant Jew. Shut up. Going on a field trip, son.
Let me test out my Vorpal sword.
You remember everything.
Like, Emmy doesn't know what to say at the moment, so she just kind of goes over to him and just gives like a reassuring hand on his shoulder. It's like just for a few moments.
There was more than that, but I don't know if I'm willing to tell it just yet. I've killed a lot of people, Emmy. A lot of people.
Well, this wasn't what I was expecting, but that was when you first turned, right? You had no control over that.
I had something I could have controlled. I chose not to do it. And so yet I still live. I made that choice. And I have to live with it. I should have killed myself that day. But I didn't.
Well, it wouldn't have helped anyone at that point, removing your own life in place.
If I had killed myself, so many would have still been alive, Emmy.
If you had, so many more would have died.
I suppose that is one way to look at it.
I'm not saying that what happened wasn't tragic, but if you weren't around, a lot of people would have died in a lot of situations. We would have died during the many fights that we had against all these other creatures.
So now he wants to kill me. And I don't think I can blame him. I don't know how he knows it was me, but maybe he recognized the form. It was very different back then. This was before you've seen the runes on me, you've seen the markings. Something changed through the years, and that was when I could think again, could control myself.
Do you know why that changed?
Something that was controlling me was either destroyed or sealed away. I can't tell you what. The memories are too horrifying to think about. So now you know why I believe that he wants me dead.
Well,
Can you blame me for hating myself?
I can understand why you would, but
You understand why I hunt what I hunt so fiercely. I cannot let another monster like what I was to live. And if there is hope for those who were afflicted like me, then I will strive for that as well. Thank you for listening.
anytime.
By the way, I forgive you
For what?
for lying about that thing with Reldarin.
Oh, right.
I forget about it. But maybe I won't forget about it. But I do forgive you. I just think that you need to be very careful about the trust that you gain and what you do with it.
I know.
Because, as you said, that we're friends now, and I trust you. And that is why I said in front of everyone why I believe that you were the leader of this group. Because everyone else, I don't know if they have the right mindset. And as you know, myself, I'm quite easy to fly off the handle. And Ethian's motivations are completely unknown. I don't even want to speak about Astaroth, and the fighter just kind of does what fighter does. So I think what I said was true, and that you probably are the best candidate to at least give us some guidance.
Well, I thank you for the trust that you've placed in me, and I'll definitely try to live up to that. But, yeah.
Of course.
Is there
This is some good coffee.
yeah. So like, if he just takes a big goes like, oh.
You don't drink coffee, do you?
No, it's very bitter.
Oh. Well then, you were saying something.
What was I saying? I don't. No, I think that's it. Maybe when we get closer, but
I can take watch if you want, unless you are going to stay up as well.
no, it's okay. I mean, I'll take watch. I already said I was going to replace fighter. You can go back down below. It'll be fine.
I don't think I could sleep, Emmy. I'm going to stay up here.
All right.
With that, I guess you head back down.
What?
I'm just asking Bard's heading back down.
No, he's staying up.
I'm not just staying.
He's staying on the deck, yeah.
Well, Oh, I guess we'll take different different watch sides.
I mean, we could probably just converse throughout the night and the morning and whatever.
Yeah, like some.
We don't have to role play it out, but I'm sure
It'll
there's
be
gonna
like
be a
that's
lot of
some boost.
conversation.
It's like there was this one time I caught a fish and it was this big, but then I found out it ate my keys.
How did it eat?
I don't know.
That's going on.
Anyway, yeah.
Ethan is currently locked away in his study with dark nefarious purposes.
I'm
As-
evil.
You can just hear like.
Didn't Fighter go downstairs?
He went to bed,
Oh, okay.
but no, you can see that Ethan. Well, you don't see Ethan on the nose as he locks himself away in the darkness and brandishes the necklace he was given. And what is it you're going to do with it, Mr. Flav?
I'm just gonna put it down on the table and stare at it.
Wow, edgy.
For any particular purpose, or just to admire its beauty?
Just to admire it. Like, I've never actually looked at it.
Yeah, make me a perception check. Investigation, in fact. Because I'd say this is more like an in-depth kind of look. You can see the necklace seems to be made out of... the metal is like pitch black. It is solid metal, completely, with a large face plate of an amethyst crystal in the centre.
Of course, it's an amethyst.
Not too much like metal work or inlays or stuff. Definitely the main artistic piece is the crystal. But the crystal seems to be flawless, entirely flawless.
Is it round? Just completely round?
It is octagonal.
Octagonal.
It's got 8 sides. There you go.
Yeah.
And that is why it does seem it glows, but very, very dimly. But you would not notice it unless you were in the dark room, as you are now. And as you're doing this, you do hear, "Is something the matter, Ethan?"
Is this in my head or?
You can hear it emanating from the necklace. When you were wearing the necklace, it was in your head, but now that you've taken it off, it is now emanating from the necklace itself.
Yeah, there's something wrong with our Ethan. He makes random noises all the time. Nah, I think I'll talk. Go ahead.
My heart, my soul.
My soul.
No, what was it?
Okay.
Because you have now just heard that in the room.
Maybe. Not sure how to feel about all this.
I'm surprised you wished to take such interest in the necklace. I thought you had forgotten about this.
Partly. It's just so much has happened. I didn't really have time to think about it.
And what about now? Why the sudden interest?
Late night contemplations, I'm sure you can understand.
Happy to let you burn the midnight oil. But there's still something that stands between our little arrangement, isn't there?
Yes, you needn't remind me.
Tell me, what is it about it that you can't kill him?
You're gay for him.
Why would you say that?
Are you in like a group call or like?
I mean, as a matter of fact, I am.
no, you see her kind of. She does sound genuinely inquisitive, though, which is strange. Like the gleeful tone kind of subsides about her.
I'm not sure. It's difficult.
You've killed before, haven't you? Especially to gain souls.
Well, those were sort of necessary. They wanted to kill me.
Could you kill someone if it was not necessary? For decisiveness is the mark of a true monarch.
Oh, you've said that before, yes. I guess I am still plagued by empathy.
Strange, considering the god that you follow and the path that he has laid out for you.
The gods. And the only path that he has laid out is a path to seek the souls. Nothing more.
We both know that isn't true. You can't honestly think he has something benevolent lined for you up when he gets them.
Oh, I'm sure he has something planned. I'm sure he has something planned for the entire world. I'm just, I guess, in a way, afraid for it.
Have you spoken to the other being?
Not recently.
I have.
Oh?
We had a rather very enlightening conversation too long ago, which has only
About?
confirmed my beliefs about deity.
Oh, sorry, I missed that. What was that?
It's like about you, dear Ethan.
Oh. I'm sure he had nothing but pleasant things to say about me.
You can't begin to imagine. But I have to ask. Well, first, may I have some privacy?
Of course.
Unless you notice, you see like the neck start to glow slightly. And you notice it start to glow bright before there is a small flash. And there is a bead of like amethyst energy which starts to get bigger and bigger until it is a 6 foot by 3 foot door.
Ooh. Fancy.
Why don't you come in, dear?
As you wish. Zoom.
And with that, you just. And like, as you're walking in, there is for a second, you just hear. No. Then, as soon as you pass the threshold, it just. And you do feel like a cold sensation, as always in the back of your mind, there is the sensation that the being that gives you your power has not its hooks in you, but you can always feel its essence. And this is the first time since acquiring the pact that you don't feel it.
Oh.
As you are in a room which everything from its furniture to the walls, just everything is made out of amethyst crystal.
A bit too gaudy.
Pocket dimensions are expressions of oneself. Amethyst serves its purpose, especially with its anti-magic properties. When attuned properly with it, of course.
Well, I said it was good. I didn't say it wasn't functional.
As you notice, like she kind of clicks her fingers, and you notice a seat disappear for you to sit in. As you do notice the drow lady before as sitting in, it's clearly a throne. You can definitely see it just by the size and the exuberance of it that it's a throne.
And I'll take my seat, cross my legs.
Just get comfy, like, this is sitting on crystal is actually very uncomfortable.
No, like, I mean, you know, like when you put your knee on top of the other knee?
Yeah.
Yeah, just like that.
And that's why you notice her just going, now we can speak without unwanted perversion. You see, I have had a little talk with the other being. And I found out something rather interesting. You see her, like, kind of put her hands on her, like, she puts her hands on her chin and kind of leans forward and goes, tell me, what do you remember of your father?
Awkward silence.
Control tower to Ethian. Control tower to Ethian.
He is dead. It was such a surprise question, he died. I have a father? I thought I was just spawned from the ether.
It is me, Etherian.
Did his internet go again?
It might have died again.
Damn.
The Dark God doesn't want him to know.
Just like cuts his internet cable.
He's like wearing a mechanic's outfit, is actually at the box and is cutting the wires.
Oh, god damn it, that is an electrician. That's Galvador. He's like, it's like flies away.
Well, that happened again.
No.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi.
Yes, you're just quite like PS1 level of like sound quality.
You using a phone? Hello?
This picked a wonderful time.
Yep, I just reset my modem again.
I'm sorry, dude. Oh, the joys of the internet. No, I was gonna say, how much did you hear before it like farted?
All I heard was she was talking about. She just said, "Well, I talked to the other god, and he had some interesting things to say." And I was like, "Eh," and I was like, "Dead." So yeah, that's all I
The
heard.
last thing she asked was, how much do you remember about your father?
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Nothing much.
As you know, you see him just kind of like, she's staring at you for a bit before going, try. Just think, how much of your father can you remember? As much as possible.
Well, certainly a while ago, but sure. Memory check. Could you roll for me, Gary?
Memory check.
hate internet.
I think that's just straight intelligence, isn't it?
Maybe, yeah. Or history? Lol.
Fuck it, I'll go history for the sake of memory. You know the natural one.
Okay, nice.
Whoops, I do. Try as you may. It's almost kind of worrying. Because, you know, you're like, I know about my father, but you know when you actually stop for a second and try and actively search for thoughts or memories,
Yeah.
your mind comes up blank.
Just don't remember him at all. I seem to be pulling at blanks.
And that explains a lot, actually. You see, I've done a bit of digging myself. You could say I'm a bit obsessed with you as of late, given revelations. Did you know you're not the first Flavia that he's asked to complete this little task for him?
Is that so?
Oh, yes. In the ages before, descendants of your family have been quite the devout little cultists.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, it appears.
Ironically, it was your father who was the most adamant to reject this cycle. Obviously, Ganadar did not like this and banished him to the Dark Tapestry. I'm not too familiar with what that place is, but this is what my readings have uncovered.
What else did you find?
Well, I know that creature has had to hide from Ganadar as he poses the biggest threat to his ultimate plan.
Hello?
Wait, can you still
Okay,
hear me,
no.
or has it been weird?
Okay, yeah, my internet just came back and I reconnected.
Basically, she was like, the reason the other creature is hiding is because he poses the biggest threat to Gaunadar's plan.
Oh, yeah, that I was sort of aware of.
Yeah. And there is like the air seems to grow a bit colder again as there is a small amount of breathing before you hear a familiar voice talking to you. Not Gaunadar, but the other voice. Evian, can you hear me?
I can.
Seems you've been making acquaintances in strange places. Could be quite advantageous. But I have to ask. The souls you're collecting, what will you do when you have all 8?
Now that is the question, isn't it?
Well, what do you think will happen?
Ganondorf will take his full final form and do whatever he wants to do.
And you realize your life will be forfeited if the souls collected.
Yes.
He wishes to use you, and as he is now, he thinks you a pawn, really building up your strength so that your body will be an appropriate host for him when the time comes.
Which is why I wanted your help to usurp him.
And there is lots, as soon as he can know was an unsure expression on the Queen's face, and she's going to make an insight check.
Ooh.
That's right, NPCs can do that shit too, yo.
What? No. No.
Foiled
Hey,
again.
Athean, better roll your deception.
I mean, you mean persuasion?
I'm gonna say it is just. I don't tell me which, but it's just. We're gonna see it in a bit. As I'm like, for the sake of the reveal.
I mean, you could just roll a d. You could roll a d20 and just add whatever and not tell him.
Persuasion if you're telling the truth. Deception if it's a lie.
Right.
Not language.
Oh, okay.
Baby talk.
Exactly. You don't know my true plans, then.
Oh my god, I found the perfect paladin archetype, by the way. I'll show you later.
But no, you can see as soon as you're like, are you telling that she rolled way fucking higher than you? So,
Yeah.
are you telling the truth or are you lying?
Oh, I'm definitely telling the truth.
You notice there is. It seems genuine, but given the way drow naturally are, it comes across as like they don't have genuinely happy smells. Even their more like genuine looks evil.
But in a way, she seems glad.
She seems very happy. She seems elated. To the point where she actually like puts a hand on yours and just seems overly like, oh, yes.
Yes, good.
Oh god!
But you don't know. You see, they got you for a second going. That is what I've been waiting to hear. You always knew you were too good to be a damn pawn. So here's what we're going to do.
Oh.
Well, he thinks he has a pawn. What we're going to do is make sure this pawn gets to the other side of the board. Chess analogy. You can't upgrade a pawn to be a king.
That's how it works.
I can always dream.
As you just hear just letting blog pop up. Actually, when a pawn reaches the other side of a chessboard, it can become a knight or a rook or a bishop or a queen.
But
You
you're
can
still,
only have one king on the board.
no matter what form you'll take, you're still a pawn.
Doesn't that mean if the king dies, you could exchange it for another king though?
A king can't die in chess.
Oh shit! Never mind.
If you lose the king, if the king dies, you lose.
I'm being stupid. All right, you're being mean. Yeah, E.T. and the Queen. There you go.
Yeah, sure.
Man, I just had a full dirt moment. Jesus.
Keep collecting the souls for it. But when the 8th soul is about to be collected, use the amulet she gave you. And we'll plan a little surprise. So that instead of Galnadar's old backward ways and thinking that he can discard of you, it will be him who has outlived his usefulness. But I must warn you, he has a physical form. An avatar, if you will. One that he's been using for quite some time to do his earthly business. And I do believe that he may be collecting the souls, as he is naturally paranoid, just in case you were to fail.
It's only natural.
He is using the physical shell of your father to accomplish this.
Is that so?
I would know. It was my body he stole. a price to pay for revenge years in the making. I failed, but you will not, my son. You will give him the retribution I have been craving while I fester in this world between worlds. But I must be careful. Even now, his minions search for me, because he knows that I am trying to assist you in the greatest of all deceptions. You must merely play dumb. Keep your defenses about you. The amulet will protect enough of the information, unless you provoke it out of him. And there is, of course. And this time it's in your head and not speaking. About the drow. I will leave that up to you, my boy. Whether you take their kingdom and rule with it, or destroy it. That is your story to tell. I can't say everything that I want to. But I want you to know that I'm proud of you, Leafy. For what it's worth.
You'll have your time to say what you want in the future. That time will come. I assure you.
I look forward to it, son. But I must go. And as you hear this, you can, even every time he talks, you can hear some sort of screeching or crying in the background before you feel the presence leave and to notice he's gone from wherever he is. Feels check. You're like, oh.
Feels check. What is this liquid? It has been secreted from my eyes.
There is a pain in my chest. It's like, are you feeling sadness? What is this poison?
Make it stop.
It's a 40. What have you done to me, woman?
I am a sniveling worm.
Rude.
But no, you can see as she goes, you can see the queen holding her hand, kind of looking at you very much excitedly as you notice there has actually been a change in her wardrobe. Because you can tell before, like, everything was very spider motif designed. Doesn't seem to be there anymore.
But what does it look like now?
Now it is, well, you can only guess as it's a hand that is, it's like, I imagine like a hand and a wrist completely outstretched, and a bit above it, it seems to be like a ball of light, but you would know it looks like an Eldritch Blast.
I wonder what that could be.
Spider-Man! What theme song was that?
It was Dr. Ethian, Dr. Flavio.
Well, we just need the part like you sitting fighting. You killed my father. No, Ethan. I am your father.
I have two fathers now.
I'm afraid we're gonna have to sue you now.
No. But yeah, I'm just gonna look at the queen and just mention, you seem awfully elated.
There was a time I was afraid that you had resigned yourself to merely being kindling for this fallen god's ambition. I'm happy to see that the spark of usurpation hasn't dimmed in you. I'm proud.
I was afraid that he would find out, so I didn't want to speak my mind. I kept it hidden. But in a place like this, as you said, was protected.
Well, you know you can always come here with the power of the necklace.
It is very comforting to know.
And believe me, I'm always happy to share your presence. And then she drives up, gets in the car and drives away.
The Dramamobile.
Dramamobile.
I'm sorry for that abundance of information. How are you feeling?
Slightly overwhelmed, but I think with another few hours of rest, I should be okay.
You're more than welcome to rest here if you like.
Well, that'll make arise too much suspicion. Yeah.
What you doing, Ethan?
Well, you can always leave.
I rested on my words.
You can always leave before the morning. I'm very efficient with my time.
Oh. I can't but imagine what that implies.
She just stares at you with like happy smile still. As you're like waiting for your answer, you're just like, oh gosh.
Oh gosh.
Turns into that thing for fucking Disney. Oh,
Wake me up
God.
inside.
I will smile at her and take her hand.
hand holding.
Gay.
No, there is like the two of you are sitting on a throne, and you see her she like waves her hand, and you notice like the amethyst wall you're looking at kind of like gets translucent so you can see through it. And you can see a city that looks kind of similar to Bala Hadar, except there's a lot more of the amethyst being used. And you can tell it's some kind of drow city. You go, just think, Ethan, all of this could be yours.
Certainly an enticing thought.
Speaking of enticing thoughts. And then you can see she's like leaning over to try and kiss you.
I will let it happen. Do me.
So, think of something cool to say.
Fucking weeb.
Trying to kiss me. Are you gay?
No, germ. Oh, cool.
Cast spell remove cooties.
I was just like, I feel another strange feeling. That's happiness. It burns my soul. Remove the sensation.
Make it stop.
Amazing. You just talk, like, you've never had like any affection. She goes to kiss him. Unhand me, wench.
Wench.
How dare you try to bite my face? Go.
No, but
Let me softly hit your face with my face in a display of affection.
I like nervously let it happen. I'm just unmoving. This has never happened before. What am I meant to do?
And for the sake of not going into ridiculous details, I think we should just jump onto the mountain.
And leave it at that. Yes, thank you.
about amazing. You're just like, hey guys, I just lost one of my negative traits. Rubs out virginity.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
The worst shit has been.
I mean,
Well, we finally got that out.
Hey, Ethan. So who was the top?
let's move on.
Oh, what? Just by the guards, it's a trap. And they just. The coffee's nice.
What coffee? Oh, right.
Yes, the coffee. As everyone is now waking up in the morning, it's a lovely, bright, sunny day.
Emmy's not there.
I never went to sleep.
Not there, or not there.
I'm not at the ship.
Wait, what?
Did you just walk off in the middle of conversation with me? Like, how did that
No,
happen?
I mean when we did a switch for watch in the morning, I would have gone somewhere before anyone else.
You mean I just watched you walk off into the distance?
No, I don't know. Unless you were
I
watching the whole
I
time.
haven't left. I've been on the deck the whole time.
Well, then sure.
As Emmy was like, it was really sad. Bard was telling me, how people don't really listen to him. I don't know, I wasn't really paying attention.
What?
But...
That's not what happened at all.
I'm joking.
Ugh.
No, you do watch Emmy disappear to an unknown place.
She can have her privacy.
Edgy.
As I would take it at this point, after a while, Ethan does return to his dark abode.
The study.
And quickly, just as you do, there is the familiar feeling of your deity behind your back. And not as soon as you close your eyes, there is a giant yellowish eye staring like a centimetre away from your face.
Ethan pulls out a can of like fucking magic mace.
No, but
Magic
where
mace.
is it going, may I ask?
Yes, pepper spray.
Wait, shit, where is Emmy going?
Oh, she went into the forest.
I'm the GM, I kind of got to know.
I know. I thought you were still doing something with what's his face.
With what's his face?
What's
Yeah,
that bitch?
The gay guy.
No, Gownie.
Downey.
Yeah. But
Did you just give a fucking eldritch evil god a like a cutesy nickname? God damn it.
well, I don't want to keep calling him Gown at all. Kieran, you
Call
still
him
there?
Big G.
No, I'm just grabbing a drink. I didn't want to look.
Oh, all right.
Have the sense of me ruffling around annoying you.
Okay.
Almost.
Well, Emmy just went into the forest. She's gone to do some hunting. She's had enough of having rations. She wants like deer or something, and rabbits.
Roll me a survival check, I'm guessing, because that'd be like tracking.
Don't I just do it?
Oh no, I think you're actually like.
Because
Skill.
I mean,
it's part
yeah,
of
go
my.
ahead.
It's part of being a thing. It says like.
oh yeah, she can just provide food.
Oh, you can just go out.
Find some berries and some roots and shit.
So like whoever's on like early morning watch just literally comes back to see Emmy like hauling.
I've just been sitting here this whole damn time, so I'm probably the one to see her come back again.
You see her come back with like a straight up elk.
How is she carrying that now? She's pretty strong. Stronger than I
Oh,
thought.
they have like a little sled. It's like a little meat sled.
A meat? Is it a sled made of meat?
Well, no, because like in medieval, I was saying you
Meat
didn't know.
sled.
So like I gone out, I got this buck or whatever you said it was, and also got like I found some herbs that I've managed to pick. It's like thyme, Mary, whatever it's called, I don't know.
Rosemary?
Rosemary.
Yeah,
You found a woman named Mary. Oh yeah, she'll do as a good seasoning.
I found some pippin too. Yeah.
That's copyrighted.
So that I got some berries and everything, and I'm like dragging the whole thing. I'm like, this is a good catch.
So
That
Bard,
looks like a
as you
mighty
can,
find.
You just see like Emmy kind of like trudging along with literally like a hero's feast worth of like food just getting dragged up.
That's quite an impressive find you have there.
You might need help getting it up the gangplank though.
Would you like some help, Emmy?
Yes, please.
As you notice, like fighter comes down, it's like, is that an elk? Why did you even find elk at this time of year?
Bard jumps down and like picks it up over one shoulder.
I just gotta know where to look. Thanks, Fighter. And Bard. I meant Bard.
What did Fighter do?
Sorry.
He's like picking up all the herbs.
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Like, you're picking up the elk, he's picking up literally everything else.
I thought it'd be a nice change of pace from having just rations and Urgubs. Not that Urgubs are getting boring.
I think I'm getting addicted to them, I'm not gonna lie. They are weirdly nice. Too nice.
I mean, I'm more of a venison guy. I guess it's the.
I know.
Yeah.
I knew about that. I had that feeling about it. That's why I went for a buck.
Well, I say, if you want, you can see, like, as you're having this conversation, like, as you're having the coffee, you notice Fighter is, like, currently he's, like, packing a pipe beside you. And it is one of those, like, Hobbit ones with, like, the 16-inch long, like, shaft. You know, the ones, like, straight up from fucking a book that I will not say for copyright reasons.
Peter Pan.
The king of the circles. Yeah, sure.
The Marquis of the Finger Jewelry.
Spider-Man. Alright.
No, but he's currently just, like, packing a pipe. Does give it a light, as it is a very, not pungent, but it is, like, almost like a mix between cheese and citrus fills the air.
That's an interesting pipe weed.
Halfling leaf.
Whereabouts did you purchase that? Or, well, where did you acquire it?
He's like, I know a guy. New.
Did this guy sell it to you, or?
I don't know how else you would go about it. I don't know how to grow the stuff.
Fighter, did you steal it?
What, did I steal it from someone out in the wilderness? I did not.
We've been through several cities.
I've been... Look, I've been around, I've been skulking, but I mean...
You haven't denied or confirmed whether or not.
I'm telling a story.
Okay, well, all right, then how did you get it? Let's hear it.
Okay, thank you, Malise. Right, so here's how it went down. There it was. As he's currently like, taking up a few seconds to give like a draw. 7. Hold on. Went to the district in Goldwine. Went to a posh little place, an herbalist's. Had this pain in my back, and he offered that apparently smoking halfling leaf's pretty good for pain. So, got it from him. Not a very interesting story, but it's a story nonetheless.
Well, I mean, some of us are not too bad with herbs. Maybe we'll go visit him again sometime. We might be able to use them for something. Or maybe even just, as Emmy is cooking right now, maybe some spices for...
I was just saying that, you know,
something.
like, the colour of his eyes has gone from white to like a very light pink.
Guys, our rogue is getting baked.
And take it for I'll not have you roll. You can see like Emmy is just currently like preparing like fucking 50 kilograms of meat.
Getting hammered.
I mean, that's a lot of meat. I don't think we're gonna eat it. Do we want to salt it, smoke it?
That's up to Emmy. But no, I'll take it for the like you're kind of like you enough to prepare it so you don't like. This place does actually have like a refrigerator. It does have like an icebox compartment.
Icebox or yeah, cool.
Yeah, I'll probably make like if like any straggling bits is like jerky if there's not enough. If there's lots, then I'll store it for later.
For the sake of that, I would say you guys could up your rations with that.
Nice.
So that's you back up to I think it was 2 weeks each you had.
I believe so. We had 5.
Like you don't need to worry too much about it. I just mean like you guys are probably like a good halfway through like the rations you got. That's you back up
Oh,
to
yeah.
like full.
Okay. Luckily, because I haven't even been changing how much rations I have, so it's back to what it was anyway.
It's still not a big a deal. It's just like I keep making a note as in like
Do
if
you
I
have
mean-
food or not?
I mean,
yeah,
I
as in,
would,
like,
I
you
would
guys,
think
you guys
that.
have been out for a while.
Yeah, I
You
would
haven't-
think that Emmy, even if she does get low, she would end up hunting anyway.
if even like because you're like a ranger, even without having you know like berries, mushrooms, even like some kind of grass and stuff like that, like you can easily survive.
Tree bark. I get you. All right. So like online, it's like na, 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 and the night is young.
As you notice the gnome kind of walk out, they're like, goodness, oh, what a magnificent kill! Well done.
Thank you very much.
Where did you ever find an elk at this time of year?
You'd be
Oh,
surprised.
you just have to know the right places.
Apparently so. I didn't realize my ship would be so good for a hunting expedition.
Me neither, actually.
I mean, when you can see everything from hundreds of feet up in the air, it tends to be a little easier, I think.
You think I would have seen that guy? Hindsight is 2020.
Well, just sit down and he'll be ready soon. All right.
All right, I'll be happy to wait for them. As you notice, he kind of like he looks at the berries for a moment and goes, "Well, I could try and make these into juice if you would like."
Oh, would you that help?
As he is now kind of like helping catch, he's making like the drinks and stuff.
If he's doing it in near the same area, I'm like dollars. I say, yeah, how's your night? Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, just sharing small talk.
Yeah.
And what is
Ethan
Bard?
come
What
up
is
on-
Bard do?
Is Bart? I mean, he'd be helping out with some of the cooking stuff. He'd maybe look over some of the herbs. He probably did a lot of work in the kitchen back at the temple. I mean, he'll just do like prep stuff. He thinks Emmy's got the main cooking part of it done, so he's just gonna help her out.
Yeah, like
I think maybe cutting the meat would be Bard's thing.
You know.
Yeah, if I
preparing,
need,
you know,
I'll probably might need you to do
vegetables,
the stuff with the femurs and the thicker bits.
baking some bread and fucking, I guess deboning some of it or whatever. Yeah.
You're a good deboner.
Why'd you have to make it weird?
Why does it have to be weird?
you see, like so close to not being weird, right back in.
Yep. Well,
No, I take it you guys are just happily cutting away. Has Ethan joined the? Is he still locked away in?
I'm still locked away because I'm tired.
yeah, you spent a lot of time. Oh, never mind.
What?
But as you're having the conversation, Ethan, you are stirred awake
Oh,
as you don't see anyone, but there is in the corner of the room, like at the foot of your bed, like the shape itself is probably like a good 10 feet tall, but it's bent in a way so like it's standing at the foot of your bed, but it's like bent over, so it's like looking over you.
Oh no.
As you just hear him going, Ethan, where?
You cut out. Did you say where were you?
Where were you?
contemplating.
Contemplating what? And where?
I never left this room after the conversation with the visitor we had last night. You know, he saw me. I came back here.
I felt your presence disappear. I can notice that there's it like slowly leans close. You would do well not to arouse my anger, boy. Now I will ask you again. Where were you? Or will you answer with the same answer again?
Why are you so interested?
Because I am interested in the being that I have chosen to be my hand on the material plane. When I cannot get a hold of you, I worry. Is this not part of our pact? But you will go out and spread my influence, and I will give you the power to defeat all in your way. This was our agreement, was it not?
It was. It's just new to see you so concerned.
I have never known you to be so evasive. It is merely a change of pace.
Does this guy even know Ethan? Never known you to be so evasive.
Well, I'm in his mind, so it's kind of hard to be evasive from me.
Change of pace, well. Alright.
I merely grow impatient. We are getting closer to retrieving the souls. And our ultimate goal.
One will prove problematic, I believe. The one carried by that creature.
That one we will save for last. By having the 7th, we should have a plan of action in place.
Which is what I've been trying to come up with this time on board the ship. It's proving difficult.
You will succeed. I'm counting on it. And you notice the shadows start to slowly dissipate?
It's too early for this. And I'll
Just
get
summed
up
up.
and I'll...
It just summed up here. The fuck you say?
What did you say, bitch?
Sit the fuck down, son.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, the blah.
And then just disappears. But no, you see, you're getting up. I was by the point that,
Boss Nass has left the building.
You can now hear, the sounds of cooking and fraternizing going on outside in the room.
And Emmy going Ethan, breakfast is ready.
Hey, Romain.
What?
I didn't realize your god was Boss Nass.
What's Boss Nass?
You know the Gungan fucking city governor from
Oh,
fucking episode
right.
1? Yeah, him, that guy.
Oh right, yeah, with the
That's where you get it from. Stupid noise.
Oh my god, is Romain been Jar Jar this whole time?
Oh god, no, please.
No, shut up. But is Emmy calling me down for breakfast?
Yeah, that's what Emmy said.
Socializing. Oh well.
Bitch, get down here!
You better get down here first.
You see, guys, I have an ability that only lets me socialize once per long rest.
I'll make sure the amulet is hit around my neck again, and I'll head down.
Hiding maybe a couple of bruises he might have picked up.
Mostly on your face.
Is that a love vibe on?
Is that a hickey shot?
Oh yes, my lady. Hit me harder.
Sit and fight a dragon. It's dude, is that a hickey? Come on, man, shut up.
Even I know not to deal with the drow, and I'm a dragon. But yeah.
No, you can see it comes into your robes on backwards ugh.
Do I smell anything weird?
What kind of question is that? Do I smell something weird?
Do you know how powerful fucking wolf smell is?
Yeah, but still.
Do I smell fucking Ganadar or fucking? I don't
Oh.
know.
Do I smell her? Mm?
Can
I'm
we
turning into
move on,
Ulfric.
Yeah.
I'm
please?
turning into Ulfric. Come on, let me have. No, this is good.
Roll the perception check.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna fucking roll. Fuck it. I've said it already.
I was hoping the venison would be too much and too overpowering.
Oh my god, what's with the 25s? Okay,
I will ask, Ethan, are you
okay.
to disguise any sense that may linger? Let's put it that way.
How is Bard like looking at me right now?
Apparently
Just
going.
in the air. Well, I mean, there's a lot of delicious food in the fucking kitchen. It's not weird.
Yeah, but for this, this is definitely more directional than like intended. Because you would have to try quite hard to get over like the background smells.
Prestidigitation. I don't know.
The only reason you can smell them at all is because they're always so damn high.
Okay. Yeah.
But that's what I was asking, Ethan. Are you doing anything to disguise the sign?
I smell drow.
It's like the smell of sweat, or
Among other things.
The
Yeah.
drow stench.
yeah. Oh yeah, the Presta thingy.
Yeah, because I'm just going to say, not going into too much detail, if you're going, like, just right back and blow it hard, fellas, with that, he would smell something Zamfunk.
But yeah, I'll prestidigitation myself before having a seat at the table.
So not just click your fingers and you are now clean.
I guess I just smell some very nice venison.
You can tell that he's recently cleaned himself. The clothes smell like...
So he doesn't smell like much of anything apart from.
He smells like just out of the washing machine smell.
Smells like detergent.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't pay him any attention then.
Bish.
Ethan, welcome. Help yourself to one of the...
I take out my vorpal sword and cut off his head.
Deer's already dead, what are you doing? But yeah, take a seat. I've laid out some stuff for you.
Thank you. It smells delicious.
Yeah.
As I noticed the gnome is now kind of just like stuff in his face. I've never had elk before. It's delicious.
Ooh.
Can
I
I
made
take some of this with me?
Sure.
Oh, I need to change the music. I just realised how like pressing it is for this like happy scene.
I don't think they'll eat, so you'll be fine.
See.
Nom 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 nom.
No.
It's surprising that the werewolf has the best table manners.
Nemi just waltz things, so...
Oh yeah, I know.
She eats with her fingers, she's an outdoor person.
How's that from?
The banjo.
I can't hear anything.
You gotta turn it up. It's quiet.
I'll put it up there.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, I had
there
my
we go.
volume too low. That's why. There we go.
I can hear it. Cool.
I can't hear it anymore. Rip.
Oh well, anyway.
So empathetic.
Alright.
But
No,
no,
I will eat cleanly and with manners, as opposed to Emmy with my cutlery.
It's been such a long time since I had venison.
are you often a hunter of these animals?
Oh yeah, before I even started being he said witcher.
Oh, that's
Before
a bit loud. You might want to like mute yourself a second, man.
what was I
Trees
saying?
remain.
Oh yeah, it's like before I became a clearer, I was quite usually hunting most of the time.
In fact, I think that was how we met. She had just come back from a hunt.
Yep.
Oh. I'll have to hook you up one time, really. I mean, you should try selling this in gold wine. People pay pretty good expenses for expensive meat and hides.
Oh, I mean, I usually had beforehand I usually stayed away from gold wine, but I could see where you come from.
There is this fella in Alma for. I'm used to get shipments in a few times for banquets and such.
Yeah, I know. I used to sell to him. He was actually one of my main buyers.
Oh. It's a small world after all, eh?
At least here. But yes, so I think we'll be probably taking like a few more hours and we'll be arriving at the Sword Ruins, correct?
Oh, well, were you guys on so like here?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we didn't fly from there. We've just been landed.
Yeah, you've been landed this time for like sake of sleeping.
Yeah. So is it going to take like a few hours to get to the ruins, or a few days?
To Baba Hadar or the Sword Ruins?
Sword Ruins.
Oh, that's gonna take more. That's gonna take a couple of days yet.
Didn't we say we were gonna stop at Bala Hadar before we went?
We did.
Okay.
This is what we're doing right now.
So we're gonna be doing like this route, right? Something like that.
That was like the general plan course.
Okay.
Oh. Because we gotta go drop him off. Yeah, I still say that to him. It's like we'll probably be there in a few days, and you can go meet this guy. Obviously, you're gonna have to tell him like that you know us.
Oh, of course, of course. Is there any sort of sign I should give him?
Did he give us a sign? Because I just remember that he said that just go meet him or go there if you want to meet him with him.
Yeah, didn't give like a specific, thing.
No, I don't think of anything.
From what he said, he was gonna just like, if I want to meet this person, if he knows how to, work on schematics, I'm more than happy to meet the person.
You know the guild symbols or whatever?
Aye.
Do any of those work as like a signet for sealing wax or for like stamping ink onto something or anything? Do we have anything like that?
They might be a bit big because they're like the size of your palm.
Okay.
But if you did them,
So you need a lot of wax, is what you're saying?
it would work, but like it would definitely be more like a wax palm seal. It would not be like something that fits on a letter.
Gotcha.
Oh, we could just write a letter of introduction for you.
That seems. I mean, we could just sign it. Yeah, that sounds appropriate.
Sounds like a plan.
Alright.
Who knows? With both of us working, we might even start to build up schematics and improvements to the Cloud Skipper.
That'll be one heck of a thing. If you can make it even faster, then you'd just blow my mind.
I'll see what I can do. Remember, materials and such aren't cheap.
Of course. Well, eat up before it gets cold. And she just continues
He is using cutlery, but like with a bit less, couture that Ethan's doing.
Bard is just kind of okay. That was loud. Bard is just kind of silently eating in a very reserved fashion.
You can see kind of fighter go, "You okay, man?"
No, not really. I don't think I've ever really been okay. I have good news and bad news, and just processing all of it. Do you have a breathing problem, Etienne? Do you want me to heal you or something?
No, thank you. I'm fine.
I thought not. But
What do you mean, good news and bad news?
someone, a friend, I guess we'll say, I've been contacted by, and I'm happy to hear from them. And the bad news is, oh yeah, I don't think you heard, you were asleep. Yeah, there's a group of assassins after us.
You can see the no putting them spoonful. He's like, immediately stops. And he's like, wait, what?
Yeah, you know that governor, Busile?
No.
Okay, you were there. At the council meeting, the halfling that
This is barbarous.
stood up and
No,
walked.
it wasn't.
Oh, never mind. I thought it was talking to Fighter.
He was. He's just the kind of like rudely button in, like overhearing the conversation.
Wait, Barbas is butting in.
Yes.
Oh
Because
yes.
because he had assassin. It was like, wait, what?
Oh yes. By the way, we get into some serious business.
No, we've had assassins after us before.
If there's any consolation, I don't believe you're one of their targets.
Oh, good.
Anyways, Fighter, as I was saying, you know the governor, Bocille, at the council meeting,
Yeah, she did.
the one who left. Yeah. He wants me dead, and I guess by association, he wants you dead.
I mean, join the club. We have jackets.
I mean, a lot of people want us dead, I guess.
Yeah. But we also have a lot of friends. We have her boyfriend. And kind of like points at him. He's like, you know, the field marshal of the army.
There's not more.
Technically, like Lord Goldwine has a way higher status than the governor by a large margin. Is that correct?
Yeah.
No, out of character. This is meta. This is do I know the comparison between Lord Goldwine and the governor?
Has to check.
I'll do that. Yeah.
Watch this be a 25 again.
Nope.
You jinxed it, man. You jinxed it.
I know.
I couldn't even roll a 25. I have a +3.
You can see, from what you know, Goldwine's production is very much in the precious goods section. Like they're very much an extravagance.
So the other place is about the agricultural stuff.
Governor Bucille is very much the foundation. He is in charge. Well, it's not as flashy. Whereas like Goldwine obviously owns gold and silver mines, whereas Bucille owns iron, copper. Owns steel production, lumber production, agricultural. Not as expensive individually, but definitely he controls a lot more of food and water production and
Okay, yeah.
He's probably just as important, but he needs a lot. He does a lot more to get the same effect as what you mean. He is incredibly respected though. Out of all the people that have the support of Missandria, there are a few people that are in the running to if it ever was it'd be one monarchy or one leader of the nation.
And Bucille is one of them.
Lord Goldwine has the two main contenders, the people who are by far the most popular are Colin Bucille and Lord Goldwine. Lord Goldwine has the support of the middle and upper class, whereas many people, especially of the poorer, more rural community, see Bucille as kind of the working people's champion. It's basically the Labour Party and the Tories, kind of.
It's the blue collar and the white collar.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a no collar.
Yeah, you kind of tend to wear vests a lot.
She's a wildcat.
I have black color because edge.
Yeah, you don't count. You suck.
But yeah.
So,
Do we actually know what town Bucille looks over, or city?
Could you buy a history check?
I mean, I was from that area. Would I know?
You can have a history check with advantage.
with the dream color.
What's a Bucille?
The fuck?
You are just lost in how nice.
20.
You have got this elk at the prime of its life. It is soft, tender. The juices are running through it. God damn, this breakfast is amazing.
Emmy just zones out to venison.
Just slowly goes cockeyed and goes back to eating.
Bard takes her eyes and puts them back in the right orientation. I'm kidding. But no, that's a 20.
Oh shit. 30 seconds of what state I'm gonna play. Sorry, I'm looking up my notes here.
It's not okay.
You can see he owns a group of 4 cities because that's where the main production facility is. but the city that he's in charge of is this one here.
Which one? I didn't see. Oh, that one. Okay.
And if you want to put that as...
Okay.
New Almas.
Oh, you got it before me, Shep. Good job, quick draw.
Nice.
Nice.
Is that just like, see, I can... fucking all day.
That's probably the best you can do with this square grid.
Because of the grid, yeah.
But yeah, alright. Speaking of my
Do I
boyfriend...
know what kind of a city is it? Is it like, it looks fortified. Is it a... Like, what is it? What is New Almas like?
New Almas is essentially a production. Like, all of these smaller towns, like, they are governed by different races and things like that. Though these are, like, the residential areas of, like,
Okay.
these are farming and places like that. But,
So that's where they get the resources and they're processed in New Almas?
yeah, New Almas is very much it is a city. You know, there is people that live there and there is taverns and things like that. But it is dominated by massive factories. Like, it is like the industrial revolution of the... This is like the industrial backbone city. This is where weapons for the army are produced. This is where, like, clothes are
Lumber for
produced.
ships, stuff like that.
Books, lumber. Basically, this is like the made in China section of
The
here.
production area, right.
Okay.
Just to ask, is Thenra in the same province, fiefdom, as New Almas?
Governor Busil technically is the... Like, his influence does technically govern over the little hamlet of Thenra.
Oh,
Oh.
fuck.
Yeah.
It's in the very edge of it, because that's very much... Like, that was... You know, it was a lot... Honestly, Thenra was a little dirt town. It's only now where... You know, like, with the guild opening up and, like, a lot more trade being opened, that... In fact, you know what? Because I was going to say, before you guys left, you'd have known that they are actually planning on making a road from here to Thenra to make it like an actual main road.
Oh, alright.
As like Thenra's influence is starting to build.
From where to Thenra? The town north of New Almas?
Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
I see.
See, like, eventually it's going to look like that. Like before it was on like a little dirt road because, you know, it was like a little farming community. But you've heard that there is plans because Thenra is getting like a... Like before, there was probably only like 80 people in Thenra. The last time you guys were there, it was probably a bit over 5,000.
That's pretty big comparison.
Nice.
And you can even notice there is... Well, there's blacksmith. There's more smiths starting to open that are selling more like specialised weaponry, like people who are with the guild and stuff. Potion makers are coming in, more herbalists. And you did actually notice there was the beginnings of a mine start to be planned out, because Thenra is actually like bordering the start of the Dragon's Head Mountains.
So might be some jewels in them hills.
That's why, like, it's definitely nothing yet, but they are prospecting.
Alright.
Because given this location, it is actually close to both mountains and like close to Lake Masan. Like no one really noticed how prime real estate it was until now. It seems.
I mean, it's got ports and it's got metal and it's got lumber and food. That's quite a lot of stuff going on.
All because Emmy thought of the idea of putting the guild hall there. Right.
Like remember, like no one. Sometimes amazing ideas don't pop in until someone just does them.
How about we don't live in the fish-infested waters? You know, actually, that's a good idea.
Well, like, this part of the lake, like remember, like
Right? Yeah, I was just making as an example.
it's like the weird robo-fish are very like localized. It's not like as soon as you step in, like robo
Yeah.
piranhas go for you. 90% of it is safe. It's just that kind of one area where they seem to be like garden.
Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to attach a giant magnet to the bottom of the airship now. Kidding.
What if they're
It's
non-magnetic? They might be made out of...
Oh, that's a good point. We don't know.
If they're made out of gold, they'll be non-magnetic.
The
I
unknown
mean,
fella.
that's a good point. Would Barbas know if actually are magnets even fucking discovered yet? Probably not.
Yes, for fuck's sake, yes.
Oh, okay. All right. So
Like,
does he know if the metal that we gave him is magnetic or not?
Like, I am gonna say right now, they have unlocked like the power of teleportation. By Christ, they should know what a magnet is.
Okay. So does he know if the metal that we gave him is
Aye.
magnetic?
Because I don't know how much like Wizards of the Coast officially is into it, but I do believe there is science in these worlds as well as magic. It's this like
Oh,
the
you
two
know
of them like existing like conjunction.
I just realized how you can prove that they have magnets. Compasses exist.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we're getting kind of sidetracked. So, what?
That's
Sorry.
just been Misandering Tales.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
You guys were
The
currently like
assassins,
Oh yes, the
where
assassins.
Steel's influences and all that. Yeah.
Well,
you were just figuring out where he is. That you know that Buseel's main abode is in New Alma.
oh yeah, yeah. Okay.
And there is one thing about New Alma that like is probably one of their main foci. As even though it's like a hub for, you know, like factory and productivity, there is a very thriving college there, and it is for the performing arts, and is a very, very esteemed place for bards to go.
So it's a bardic college.
Oh, it is the bardic college.
Oh, they named it after Bard. How interesting.
It's not my college.
I know. That's not my college. Not anymore. All right.
Yeah, I played the axe.
Uh-huh.
But no, you can see you guys, at the FES point, you guys have kind of finished breakfast, puts down your drinks.
Yep.
Barbara's is kind of sitting there, like, stomach distending a little bit. What's it? Onward to Malahadar now, I guess.
Yep. And then off
See,
to the
you
Force.
See, he kind of, like, grabs the tricorn hat and puts it on Emmy's head. What does it say, Skipper?
You
It's a
got it.
lovely locale.
All crew members, let's begin for takeoff.
You just
Aye,
feel
aye.
like far too much. Aye, Captain.
Yar. And then she goes like, she takes she pirate swaggers out to the deck.
Don't you mean Niar? Because you're a. Never mind.
Yeah, and then we'll start like setting out, and then set sail on a new adventure.
Adventure.
Well, the same
We've
adventure.
been on
But,
this adventure for several days.
yeah, the same adventure, but once again.
This way to get like, yay, adventure. I mean, it's the same adventure, but I mean, ooh.
Bart is actually gonna go down below decks, find a quiet spot, and take out his hammer.
Don't you say-
I don't know. It's just because he took a while to say it. It was like,
Alright. Jeez.
I'm sorry.
And
I'm
he's
sorry.
gonna-
Keep going.
And yeah, and he's gonna pray. Fuck, what the hell? Anyway, no, he's God damn it, Emmy. No, he's praying down below decks. Ooh.
Flying theme song, sorry. Can you please roll me a religion check?
Oh, not me.
Boy, I will.
I was gonna say I need a religion check to fly the ship.
No, in fact, fuck, not a religion check. Can you roll me a D100, please?
Okay, sure.
Oh.
100.
Roll that hunt. Oh, 65.
I mean, he might have a lower score need to get because he's
It's
actually
true.
religious.
You do
roll
notice,
for
like,
long-term madness.
as you're, you know, going and you set out your, you know, like set out candles and the materials you need to pray, you can see the holy symbol and the hammer are starting to fade a little bit. You don't hear anything as far as a voice, but as you start to pray and really give it devotion, you do feel almost like someone kind of taking a firm grip of your shoulder, but you know there's no one there. as a sense of like calm and reassurance comes over you, as you do notice the hammer does light up back to its usual brightness, as does the holy symbol.
I will offer a second prayer. This one is directed towards Salune.
Oh,
And
shit.
essentially what I'm going to be saying is, I've heard that you are the patron of those who are afflicted with my curse and would seek to make this world a better place, and that you've helped us once before. I know my lord does not have his power, so if there's anything that you can lend me, I would gratefully accept.
Please roll me another D100.
Oh, nice.
As you look at this, you can see you hear a voice speaking to you for a moment. And it's the one that you've heard eminent from Emmy, or to do with Emmy. Bard, you're on the right track. But I fear... And there is a second where you like blink and there's a burst of like bright red energy. And you can see, for probably just like a moment, the Maharaja of Avarice appears in front of you.
Oh boy.
As you hear her going, I can't. I have to have all my attention on holding it. As she's like trying to reach out a hand towards you, and it's very like shaken, and you can see the look of like pure rage in his eyes as he is like actively trying to grab at you, but there is some force holding him. Before you just see him going, and then just seems to disappear again.
Shit.
And you notice the candle has actually blown out at this point, at that.
I mean, I did insult him that one time.
I'm just like, are you there? How'd you be talking shit, boy?
Nice hat.
I'll get you someday, Gadget Bard.
I'll get you one day, Cliff. And just...
Go, Gadget! Big fucking hammer!
But damn.
Anyway, but yeah,
You almost distracted her and let him go.
Oh, shit. Well then.
I'm just going to sit with this. There is a threat. There is like... The way I'm doing this is there is like a D100, and there is a certain amount high enough where you're in the good level, but contrary to that, there is a certain bit in the bad level, and if it goes beyond that point, I'm going to see it as like it's a lapse in concentration just long enough for him to get like a second in to do something.
Okay.
But luckily, you were just at like the bad threshold, so like he literally could only appear, and then like she realised her mistake and like dragged him back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Never pray again.
Well, there goes my attempted class change, boys. All right, I'm gonna just blink after that fucking crazy ordeal, and
I just thought you were for a second just hear him like trying to grab this.
Okay.
well, that was the thing.
Hey.
On the bright side, he wouldn't be very mad if I was ineffectual.
I would say like the one thing you glean from this is there would be ways to affect how high or low the modifier is for the success and failures. depending on like where you're praying, how many items you have around you, things like that.
Right. Okay, I get you.
I've just been lucky, I guess.
Well, it's because every time it's either been like in a temple or like there is a specific reason why Silene has more affection towards you, though.
She's my mother. Okay, that's going too far.
No, it's because you're a Fae.
Yeah, I know. Well,
And the main reason I was considering that was because you're affiliated with Torm and the thing with the Maharaja going on so far. That was one of the things that attributed to the negative aspect of it.
oh,
That
okay.
makes sense.
I smell Torm upon you.
Like, you can feel like what you were trying to do would work. It's just you probably would want to get to somewhere more religiously powered.
Every
For
time
the
I've
sake of
tried to
safety.
do that, I've been dragged off.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I mean,
Fight be a bitch.
we're going to some place. We're going to cities, so we might be able to find one there.
Goddamn! I should have just punched Astaroth and went to the temple that one time. Just walked off. Okay.
Yeah.
Get out of my face.
If
Alright.
if there's enough, if he's, are you doing anything else? Because I was wondering if I could ask.
Nah, you go. You can do what you want to do.
Alright. So I'll be still on the deck, like flying the ship, ready. Oh, I'll just be flying the ship.
Can you roll me piloting check, please?
Oh, I thought I'll be good at this now.
You are. It's just
1d. No. Roll 1d20 plus 9. 18.
9 plus 9. So, fair enough. You've managed to give it a little bit of a kick, a war, and you can hear like the strange machinery that you don't quite understand whirring gear into life. That's where just a thrust and everyone's kind of like shuddered by it. You are now in the air.
Nice. I just remember something I completely forgot. When we were doing the watching last night, or when we landed, we would have taken out the arrows of the ship.
Yeah.
Would we have been able to tell what kind of arrows, or who, the type of arrows, and who would have shot those type of arrows?
You could roll, anyone who wanted to could roll me an investigation check.
Okay, because I'm a archer, ranger guy person, would I be able to know
You would
more about
have
this?
Advantage. You would know more about arrows.
Okay, thank you. That is a 16.
For the sake of that, they're very crudely made. Definitely like the shaft isn't quite straight. The arrowheads are made out of a mixture of anything from bone to stone to very badly corrugated iron. And it is kind of like piecemeal materials.
So
One thing you do notice along the like the feather, the little quill parts where like you hold to fire them. There are a couple of them that have little small flecks of scales on them. They appear to be like the shape of them do seem to be draconic in nature, but they're far too small to be, any sort of dragon. Your guess is it's probably some kind of kobold.
Okay, so it wasn't like one of the major factions.
Because you met a kobold before, so you would know. Like, you couldn't tell. Like, it doesn't seem like it's from any sort of like regiment or army or anything like that. It seems like these are very like homemade.
Okay.
And it seems to be by some kind of kobold.
And I would know some like the basic information about kobolds. Like they're small little lizard people that like worship dragons and stuff.
Yeah, like you met one before where you bought arrows off of. I don't.
Yeah. Okay, because then if I know that, I would have gone to Tishan, but I don't know if you want to still do that because it's quite a different day now.
No, if you want to, if you want to, but Tishan has kind of himself in the room.
Okay. I guess what it could have happened. I guess what could have happened is that I found the arrows, but then I left it until we took off, and then I would talk to him about it then.
Yeah.
All right.
I would say, like, when you would be sleeping.
You're getting worse quality. I didn't understand a word of that.
It's like muffled.
Yeah,
I have it now.
that's better.
Like, for the sake of this, he's like when you would went to see him the first time, he was very heavily asleep.
Okay, then I would
And
get
you
him as
would not
flying off.
have- Alright, so you guys are now up in the air. Where do you wish to go? As you're probably a good like 300 feet in the air now by this point, as you kind of like start to plateau a bit.
Okay, I'll be flying off to, as we went before, to Balahadar.
Alright.
And I guess I'll be like, if I can grab Tishan at some point.
He does not actually wake for the entirety of the journey. He seems to be
Oh.
sleeping.
Okay then never mind. I guess I'll grab Fighter instead then.
All dragons, man, they sleep for a long time.
Sometimes they just don't wake up, they just sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. He's like a fucking ancient worm.
Yeah. He's a grouchy old man. He needs to sleep.
He has a beard. Alright, but I grab Fighter. I'm like, Fighter!
He like, kind of like gives you like an overacted salute. Hi, Captain.
Hey, at ease. So, I was wondering, while I'm flying the ship as your captain, do you think you could teach me a few things?
About what?
Well, mostly about how you do things. You know, disarming traps, being all sneaky, that kind of thing. It might be quite helpful to have someone else that can do all that.
Sure, I could teach you. Don't know how. Single lesson.
Of course.
What do you want to know first? Lock picking or just stealth in general?
Well,
I could teach you how to pickpocket, I guess.
pickpocketing would be nice. Yeah, let's go with that.
What, the pickpocket?
Yeah, that'll be a good one. Where do you want to start the training that? What, when we next land or after this mission?
Oh, could you say that again? Sorry, go.
When would you want to set up training for that? Like when we next land or after the mission?
Well, considering you kind of need your hands for it and you're piloting this thing, I could go over the basics of it, but sure, the next time we're down, I'll teach you about pickpocketing.
Alright, cool. I'll look forward to it, Master Fighter.
Aye, Captain. Like, stands up. May we be having any scurvies off the port bow?
Yeah, we be having lemons later, so it'd be fine. It's lemons, right? Or is it oranges?
Both.
I mean, Emmy's actually saying that, because I know, but...
Does he like Barbus? They both be a great sort of vitamin D, yeah.
Okay, then,
See.
yeah.
Citrus fruits in general are great sources for that sort of thing, yeah.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, about your business, cabin boy.
Just call him Cabin.
And she goes back to flying. It's like, do 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 do. She's like, maybe whistling a little, tapping her foot. It's like, and then does like a spin.
I know what that's from.
Huh?
I know what you're doing.
Steamboat Willie.
Oh. I didn't actually realize I was doing it.
Oh, what's that thing again for?
Yeah, well, it's like a Mickey Mouse little janty thing.
Yeah. I didn't. To be honest, I didn't actually know I was doing it until you said it, and I was like, "Oh wait, yeah."
Oh yeah, that is the thing. Hey, nothing is original anymore. Yeah.
Yeah. I do that, and then I don't know. I kind of want to talk about some other stuff. I don't know if I should say that.
No, he's just kind of like waiting for you to say something else.
No,
'cause
no.
you
I
never
told him
get
that he can go
something
back
right.
about his business. I'm talking about someone else.
Well, if you're sure, he kind of like gives you a small salute again, and then you see him like as he's walking, you can see he's just what suddenly goes, And you know, he actually seems to like fall off the side of the ship,
What?
and you just hear, ah.
Fire! Fire! Come back! No! And that is
As you just see like a green head pop up. Nah, I'm fucking with you.
I hate you.
It was to keep your reflexes up, Captain. Yar.
Yar! Yar! Don't make me make you.
It's like crying. Yeah.
You've got poop scooping. Fuck!
Ow!
You've got poop scrubbing duty now. Poop deck.
I mean, even I was that blunt about. Okay, never mind.
Gee, I didn't think I scared you that bad.
You scared me enough already.
Look, I'm sorry. I thought it'd be funny. It was funny.
I'm joking.
Seriously, watch the bird poop. That was slippery as hell. I just seemed like start to like walk off.
Got it.
As you sail, probably good. I was going to say, what is everyone doing while we're piloting the skies?
I mean, after that whole prayer thing, Bard would probably come up and just make sure everything, the sails are in the right spot. You know, there's nothing loose and sliding around. Just help out.
Make me a dex check. Just to kind of see how well like your knock skills in that are.
With his strength, he just rips the ropes by accident.
It's a dex check, but yeah. Would an athletics check apply? Or no?
What was that?
Would athletics or survival do anything?
I would say aye. Well, that's aye.
Which one?
I'll say athletics. I'll let it probably do it.
That's a 16.
Acrobatics. Start doing backflips over the ropes.
Wah, 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 wah.
Do we say? Not for like not probably as well versed in ships as some of the other people on the boat, but no, you seem to be confident. I'm not perfectly sure that I'm not going to like flutter away in the wind. And Ethan, you finished that spell you were working on.
Oh. Okay.
I was going to say, like, because for the sake of like over the last couple of hours, I would say like you've finally cracked it. I would say.
Took me a while, but finally.
There was just a couple of like harder components that it was a little bit more trickier, but no, you may add that spell to your spell book. Did I say what level it was, or?
I know.
What was the spell? Was it the teleportation one, or what was it?
You want to tell them, Ethan?
Well, I would if I could remember it.
Yes, it's this spell.
This spell, yeah. Was that spell that we encountered in Turnell? You know, in that tree.
Yeah.
The barrier?
The weirdy, sucky, lifey thingy.
Oh,
Yes.
that. When you tried to walk in and you almost died.
Yeah, and then it gave me my health back.
Yeah.
Which was nice.
It's like, look, this is just a warning. Do it again and you're dead, okay?
I don't know if I ever had a name for it.
Well, no, you do now, though.
The fucking
I'll
barrier,
look up
there you
my
go.
notes.
What level is it anyway?
It is a second level spell.
Ooh.
And that's why I'm not, because I'm just looking at my notes.
Notes, eh?
Alright, let's see this in a... Yes. The spell is called
Barrier.
Eldritch Everthirst.
Ooh.
You got that, motherfucker?
Yes. Wait a second.
Eldritch ever first.
Eldritch Everthirst. Sounds like an energy drink.
Find the Eldritch
Mhm.
Master inside you.
Is this
now.
I'm guessing this is a homebrew spell?
What? No.
Oh, let me just look up what book is it in?
The book is shut your fucking face, man. But no, as a homebrew spell.
Well, you can give me the details on that later.
Oh, just for the sake of this thing, the casting time is instantaneous. Casting
So wait, is it a reaction? Like what is he? Is it just like he can just do it whenever?
the range is it's 10 foot per caster level, so that'd be 110 feet.
Or are we level 11 right now? I thought we were level 10.
Better wait and see, Bo. Target as a singly target, so it is verbal and semantic, but is not material. As concentration, and the duration is 1 minute.
You're typing in my book. It's weird.
By the you just hear like in the book starts like self fun.
Oh,
I said Sakid.
lol.
Nice.
Never forced. Oh.
What is your charisma?
+4.
So that's guys, but yeah, I'm just wanting to make sure I got this right.
Right.
What? Let me see. Oh, sorry.
Keep my hands nice.
Look at all these flipping spells. Target must succeed on a constant.
Could you send him the notes, then he could just copy and paste, or are you actually doing writing in it?
The notes are physical. Probably. I have it on a
Just take a photo with like a low cam.
Oh look.
It's like it's only 1 pixel.
Fuck off, get twonk.
1 pixel.
It's 1 pixel.
It's just a massive blurry image.
Yeah.
Just but no, for the I'm gonna. Sorry for this. It's taking a long. Just wanting to. So they're basically like the target must succeed on a DC 18 Constitution saving throw or be pieced by a tendril of black energy, which constantly leaks their HP to you. In brackets, the how much damage.
Nice.
Yeah.
I assume it's a spell that scales with the level you cast it at, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's really useful for a warlock then. Good.
Well, the max I can cast it is 5th, so yeah.
Oh, look at you. The max I can do is a 3.
Well, I'm a dedicated
I know,
caster,
I'm joking, God.
I'm joking, God.
Cat girls with frickin' laser beams.
You're a cat girl.
What?
Actually, he's a wolf boy, I'm a cat girl.
Surprise.
You're a tentacle man. We got tentacle man, wolf boy, cat girl, and green guy.
And Green Goblin.
Yeah, the green goblin.
At least I'm no longer a virgin. Oh.
Yeah. Can you read that, Ethan? Just wondering.
All I can see is the target must succeed on a DC 18 constant.
Constant.
Yep.
It didn't save.
It did not.
Well, that is gay.
Congratulations. You win.
I'll reopen the sheet. Hopefully that'll make it work.
But for the sake of
No,
I'll move on, but I'll have you right. Basically, this notice they need to succeed on a DC 18 Constitution saving throw, or they are pierced with like a tendril of black energy that comes from you. And for each time they don't make it, they take 1d4. Well, 1d4 per caster level of damage. And that health goes to you. But the good thing is, if you're at full health, you can actually start to get back spell slots.
Oh.
Cool.
That's fucking dope.
Like if you're already at full health, for every successful hit, you will gain back one spell slot.
Like one
Thank you,
level.
Lord Jesus, Jim.
Oh, just a spell. Wow. Okay, shit, that's good.
Thank you, my Lord Jesus, Jim. You have done me a great service.
No more. I don't need to short rest ever again.
I don't need to rest ever again. That's a concentration, so I'll need to pick up a feat that allows me to do stuff without breaking concentration.
No, as this is going on, I think you guys have now made it to the. You start to see the ruins of Balahadar like come into view.
Uh-huh.
It's getting a bit mucky. You can tell like the grey skies are coming, and there's definitely rain about to come, and it looks like it's going to come pretty heavy.
Alright. Well, I get as close as I can before it starts to get too bad to the point of not being able to fly anymore.
Yeah.
And then I would land in a safe area. That would keep us hidden. Or at least protected.
Can I get another polling check, please?
Another one? Oh, cheers.
Hey, look, one to take off, one to land.
There you go, 11. Still pretty bad.
Oh, okay, that's a 1. Okay.
Just like, as you're kind of watching this, man, and you hear Ethan is like, it's alive.
It works! Yes.
But no, you can see you're starting to head down towards Balahadar. As you're trying to get a look board, you see Emmy kind of swerves and you're kind of knocked off balance for a second. You don't really get to like hold your gaze on anything particular.
Sad music.
You do take a point of bludgeoning damage, but it's just kind of like hitting your head off the side of the. It's not like you're just like
Ow!
But no, I take it you land. Managed to like. I take it. How is it? Are you disguising the boat, or are you just?
I'm finding like an area that's got like hills, cliffs. I'm not sure what the entrance to Balahadar is like.
It is the plains, very hilly. There are shrubs around, but they're mostly dead.
Okay, so I'd go to the place where it's like it has enough height that it will hide the like most of the ship.
Yeah. Well, I would say that's quite doable. That you kind of just put it in like some of the brackish. It's like a hedge, but dead. So like it does hide it pretty well.
All right.
You can still see the mast. That's the problem thing, but that's just.
I mean, unless you want me to burn it down, there's nothing I can do about that.
Yeah, so like you've done it enough to fill the casualty.
Yeah, for like a casual onlooker, they'll just go, "Oh, a tree," or something.
Oh wait, no, I don't.
But it's fine. It's just mostly so then it's out of the elements and not easily spotted.
And at this point, the rain has started like lashing down pretty heavily.
All right.
Thunder breaking.
I'm trying to speak over the like heavy rain. It's like, who wants to take first watch?
I could do that.
Thea's like, I would, but I kind of fucked up the last time.
Good point. All right, Bard. We'll swap you out after a couple hours as usual. And then, like, she lets everyone down and goes under the deck.
No, it goes below deck.
And then goes to sleep.
There is a little like sponsoring part. Like there is places where you can hide even above deck from the rain. Don't worry, you're not like just out in the rain when you open. But if you're taking watch, may I have a perception check from you? spell.
Okay. Give me a moment to turn
You
down
sound
my
like you're
sound.
getting a bit further away, Kieran.
Yeah, you're
Oh, sorry.
quieter.
I don't know what's wrong with me. No.
That's a fucking 10.
Oh no!
Bad.
Bad mojo.
You do keep a pretty good watch. Just kind of have your hand on your weapon, I'm guessing. He's taking a look around. It is almost very serene out here. Everything's muted and, well, it's soaking now, but there is kind of just listen to the patter patter of the rain lashing against the grass. And it's almost very peaceful.
Yeah. Noises.
What the hell is going on? What is going on?
Kieran, your mic's dying.
Alright, how about now?
That's better.
Good.
You can see. It actually kind of reminds me of how it used to be on the. There's,
Cut
you know,
out.
on your youth. Wait, is it okay?
Yeah?
That was what I'm
Yep,
just making
yep.
sure. You never know with this fucking thing. But no, there's a kind of sense that what is obvious moment, and you do feel like a hand kind of tap you on the shoulder lightly.
Oh, somebody taps me on the shoulder. Okay, I turn and look.
You do see sitting beside you is a blonde-haired woman.
Hmm.
I have a message for podcast.
I am sorry about before. He was more aggressive than what I anticipated. But he's under control now.
Oh shit. Oh shit. Bard's just kind of taken back a little bit.
You wish to ask me something.
Yes.
Please, I don't have much time. Emma, she was not blonde. You.
I have lost my purpose and I have lost my cause. As you know, my master is suffering and cannot help me in what I need. If you would accept my pledge to you, I would be honored to take your name into battle.
I would be happy to. But you have to answer me something first.
What is that?
Or do you still try to save Torn?
Why would I not?
That was the easy question. The hard one. Can you forgive yourself?
Maybe. My forgiveness of myself would come through actions. I feel I have not yet made up for it. But perhaps in time. There's something I must do.
Then do it. Knowing you have my blessing. And you see she kind of like beckons for you to like lower your.
I take a knee.
You can see she does. She is like holding a holy symbol in her hands. She gives it a small kiss before putting it around your neck. That is still beside. You still have your torn one, but the two of them are like chinkling on your neck now.
Mm-hmm.
And as you look up, there is no one there.
I stand up. I clutch the symbol in my hand and I just give a solemn nod and go back to my watch.
And you do notice there is a small little bright eminence coming from your hammer. As just on the back of it, you see a sigil appear. It appears to look like a butterfly. It's now appeared like going up the shaft of it. It seems to be like a spiraling trail of magic that is being left behind. It's like a butterfly is waiting, is like flying upwards, leaving this trail behind it. Something you haven't really felt for a while is that old warm purpose of a deity almost caressing you with their affection. It feels like a purpose again.
Woo! Now he's just kind of standing there deep in thought. Just the symbols in his hands and looking off towards the sky. Then back to the watch at hand.
So that's why Emmy's having a rest after cooking everyone a hell of a meal. Ethan is locked away in the study. I'm become elated after learning a new dark power. Fighter is currently trying to figure out how he can teach legally as a new friend how to pickpocket. Tishan is sleeping, trying to think of dreams of yesteryear. Barbus is easily fawning over his designs and trying to think of how to perfect them. And all the while, soon you'll be going to Balahadar, and Barbus might be meeting Tringle. Two geniuses together, and that's what they might make. And there is still the quest at hand of Fadel, far off to the east. But I think that's the story for next session.
Woo!
As I think that's a good place to end it by.
Woo!
As her McGirt, or sermon of fools.
Alright.
Are we level 11 now?
You can officially say you have now all leveled up to level 11.
Woo!
We didn't fight anything.
But you had so many feels, though.
Did we?
Yes, several feels in that episode.
Oh, okay.
You didn't think so?
I don't know. I mean... Yes?
Don't sound very concerned.
I'm trying to think. There was
Can you
Bard.
name any of them?
There was Bard's thing, and then there was... Bard's thing.
And Bard's other thing.
Yeah.
And then Ethan with his dad.
That was emotional?
A little bit. I mean, if you can call anything that Ethan does emotional.
Well, you're all salty bitches with each other today.
I mean, hey, I just give what I get.
Alright.
No, I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Just, I'm sorry I wasn't in the combat that session. I did not plan for some of the things to happen, but they did.
I don't think we needed to have combat that session. That was fine. I thought we had some good stuff going on.
What? That was good. Fuck.
So no, I'm looking forward to seeing what happens next.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't.
In the magical journey of Miss Unreal.
Hopefully we can drop off the guy without it getting any any harder. Like, oh no, now he's being attacked by zombies.
Oh no.
Fucking zombies.
Alright, I guess with that, we'll end the stream.
Bye guys. It was fun. Hope to see you in the next one.
Take
Have a good one.
Oh my god.
Bye.